and results of the extraordinary manifestation of the divine powers awakened in us through the initiation, Diksha. In today's Bhava Samadhi Darshan, all of us will be receiving the initiation into the third eye awakening and various other powers of the blessings and grace of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. We will be manifesting the following powers of third eye, seeing with the eyes blindfolded. Third eye is a cosmic browsing center located between the brows, which upon initiation, one can effortlessly express the powers and see through the third eye, just as you would with two eyes. So what are Shaktis? Shaktis are described in the Vedas and Agamas as the system, a method, and science for human beings to explore the various possibilities and powers and have access to various states of consciousness. Shaktis manifest from the fundamental cognition that you are divine. You need to manifest divine, and not you are man, you need to reach the divine. Here, the foundation is that you are already Paramashiva. Your unmanifest recognizes that you are Paramashiva even if you have not yet manifested it. Understand? That is why what Paramashiva is revealing through this body, through this system, through this methodology. Any samyama you do on powerful cognitions, you manifest only Shaktis, powers, not Siddhis. These are the direct words of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism on the power manifestation and the source of power manifestation. So here you have some of the differences between Shaktis and Siddhis. Shaktis fundamentally express from the space of enlightenment, and they are a side effect of feeling connection with the divine and a result of high integrity with the Guru. Shaktis are the source of enlightenment, whereas Siddhis are powers that manifest on the path of enlightenment. The Shaktis of Paramashiva manifest through ordinary human beings in an extraordinary way after the initiation from the avatar. Shaktis are permanent, whereas Siddhis are not permanent and may divert you from your goal of enlightenment. So Paramashiva is the source of all Shaktis. He is the primordial divinity in Hinduism, the ultimate reality and cause which is self-effulgent, Swayam Prakasha, all-pervading, unchanging beyond time, space, form and causality. As the fundamental base of Avyakta, the unmanifest, and Vyakta, the manifest existence, he performs the Panchakrityas, the five cosmic actions of Srishti, which is the creation, Sthiti, which is the sovereign rulership and maintenance, Samhara, rejuvenation, Trobhava, pulling out of delusion, and Anugraha, which is the liberating grace for all living entities. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagat Guru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, is the avatar of Paramashiva, the 1008th living incarnation and representative of Paramashiva, and is also the reviver of Kailasa, which is the ancient enlightened Hindu civilizational nation, the great cosmic borderless Hindu nation. Ever since the beginning of the civilization, the Sanatana Hindu Dharma has been the cradle of enlightened beings in highly advanced sciences. It was where the science of enlightenment and powers, Shaktis, was lived and taught as a lifestyle. For the first time in modern day, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is reviving these yogic sciences and transmitting it to the world at a record-breaking pace which has never been accomplished before. The knowledge and science of manifesting these Shaktis are passed down from one generation to the next through Diksha, which is the initiation by the enlightened Gurus. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, being recognized as an avatar at a very young age, was trained and taught these sciences to revive the initiations and knowledge repositories for billions to manifest the science of power manifestation from the various disciplines of Vedanta, Tantra and Shri Vidya, Yoga and Yogic powers, Mantra Shastra, Siddha Vidya, the science of Aushadha, Advaita and Bhakti Yoga, Paramashiva Jnana and Paramashiva Vijnana. So how do we awaken the divine Shakti in us? Every ultimate truth, Jnana, mapped into your consciousness, Prajna, manifests as the possibility of and power of every single being, otherwise known as Prajnana. Here we have a beautiful video upon the science of initiation and Diksha.
The traditional Vedic book Navaratneshwara states,
Sarvasamapi Dikshanam
muktihi phalamakhanditam avirodhat bhavantyeva prasangyastu bhuktayah. The main benefit of all initiations is moksha, enlightenment. As a side effect, health, wealth, leadership and well-being happen. And in Rudrayamala Tantra, Shiva says, Devi Diksha Vihinasya na siddhihi na cha sadgatihi tasmat sarva prayatnena guruna dikshito bhavet. The one who is not initiated does not attain liberation nor a better future. So by all efforts, one should get initiated by Guru. What is the science of initiation? Neuroscience has proved that the process of initiation floods the brain with energy. This is the superconscious energy of Kundalini, our own highest inner potential energy. As the Kundalini flows from the thalamus to the cortex, it sets up a powerful energy loop within the brain, which awakens the latent non-mechanical parts which we have never used before. With increasing levels of coherence, the whole brain comes alive, turning into a superconductor of conscious energies that heal, empower, transform our lives, bliss and fulfillment. Initiation creates high awareness, visualization, creativity. It also slows the aging process and improves the immune system. Kundalini awakening, healing experience, levitation, teleportation, materialization. Experience the power of initiation through a range of exclusive programs conducted at the ashram. Nithyananda Dhyanapitham, Nithyananda Nagar, Birdi, Bengaluru. Contact 97422 03311 8276.
Yes, beautifully. Through this video, the benefits and the science of Diksha and initiation has been explained. So the science of power manifestation is authenticated through four aspects of evidences, otherwise known as pramanas. The first is the Shastra Pramana, which is the eternal, unchangeable truth revealed in the source scriptures of Hinduism. The next is the Atma Pramana, which is the experience and results of Aptas or authorities of Hinduism, such as the Vedic rishis and scientists who have time tested and verified the science. After that is the Atma Pramana, which is the personal account, the personal experience of power manifestation of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, this millennium's avatar. And then we have the Pratyaksha Pramana, which is the empirical evidence from observation and scientific experimentation. Vedas are the ultimate superior authority for Hindus. Vedas are the pure science where the ultimate truths are explained. Agamas are the scriptures where the applied technology, the applied science is expanded upon. Vedas and Agamas, Vedagamas are given the status of Shruti. As they are directly revealed by Paramashiva, they are the ultimate, eternal, unchangeable truth. A reference cited from these Shastras or source scriptures is called the Shastra Pramana. Let us now get ready to witness a very unique and exciting demonstration of the power of third eye. Here you have the Shastra Pramana, the scriptural reference to manifest the power of third eye. Kapalantar manonyasya tishthanmilita lochanaha kramena manaso dadyart lakshayed lakshamuttamam. By fixing the mind on the inner space within the crown center and sitting stably without any movement, having the eyes closed in succession, by that stability of the mind and inner space through the power of third eye, one directly sees the ultimate goal, Lakshyam, by having the vision beyond the sight that reveals any object or place, attaining the space of oneness with the source Paramashiva. And here we have the Apta Pramana, where Bhagavan Sri Krishna initiates Arjuna to the power of third eye. In the Hindu Purana Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan Sri Krishna initiates Arjuna into the power of third eye to behold Krishna's Vishwarupa Darshan, the vision of his cosmic form. The 11th chapter of Bhagavad Gita contains the description of Bhagavan Krishna's cosmic form, which is completely narrated by Arjuna as he sees Bhagavan Krishna through the third eye. Here we have the Atma Praman, the personal experience of the awakening of the Supreme Concept of Hinduism. In Swamiji's own words, first experience that I was able to see everything around me, above me, the whole 360-degree, 10 directions, below me, everything. I realized not only I was able to see, I was able to feel, experience all of that as me. Here we have the Pratyaksha Pramana, which is the empirical evidence from observations and scientific experimentation. Study measures and compares metabolic cell activity of the brain in conscious and meditative open F third eye states using positron emission tomography, otherwise known as PET. When doing daily activities, high activity is measured in the brain where the third eye is located. And when in deep samadhi states, only the third eye region is active and almost 90% of the brain is at peace. Here is the Sakshi Pramana, which are the experiences and results of the extraordinary manifestation happening through the initiated disciples of the Supreme Concept of Hinduism. This rare, sacred science of third eye awakening is being made available to humanity for the ultimate enrichment in conscious evolution by the Supreme Concept of Hinduism, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, who, as a living incarnation of Paramashiva, the Supreme Concept of Hinduism embodies the most profound yogic states that surpass all bounds of time, space, and matter. The Supreme Concept of Hinduism is gifting this pure, great science of third eye awakening, along with many other spiritual sciences, through initiation, Diksha. But millions of people have already been initiated by the Supreme Concept of Hinduism and are experiencing the profound results as extraordinary powers in their everyday life. So with this, let's now get ready to witness the live Sakshi Pramana, demonstration of the power of third eye with the Balsans and the Nityananda Yogis. So along with myself here today, we also have Sriniti Shivashankarananda Maharaj, and we also have with us joining Nitish Aya. Yes, thank you both for coming today and being a part of the Power Manifestation session. Thank you so much for joining, Aya. So, yes, Aya. So Shivashankara Maharaj, Power Manifestation, has been on and is an extraordinary power manifester. Nitishaya, why don't you go ahead and give a very brief introduction about yourself for all of viewers who are joining us here today?
Sure, Nityanand, everyone watching. So my name is Nitish and I'm from Toronto. I connected with Swamiji in 2018, and from there it's like Swamiji is taking care of me and he's guiding me in every dimension. I'm really excited for today's power demonstration, and it's my first time coming here on NTV Live.
Yes, thank you so much, Nitish Ji, for coming and joining us here today for today's segment. Shivashankara Maharaj, you can go ahead and show everyone the mindfold which you're going to be blindfolded with, and explain to them how the mindfold works.
Yes, thank you, Maharaj, for having today me in the first segment of Manifesting Shaktis of Paramashivoham. As you can see, this is a mindfold which I'll be wearing. So this is the mindfold which is going to be the tested with the ophthalmologist, where it is medically proven there will be no visibility of light which is being seen. In the front, you can see is a thick acrylic sheet. The behind of the mindfold is the foam, where the sponge is there, and the comfortability of your eyes you put in the two holes. And here the adjustable strap where you can adjust it accordingly, tighten it up or loosen it. So this is a mindfold which I'm going to be wearing upon, and whatever is getting projected, either the participant is going to show something or the YouTube live comments from the, if it's going to get projected. Anything which can be seen by the normal two eyes. I'll be doing it, just be reading through my third eye, and the steps for doing it is connecting myself in the space of oneness with Swamiji by chanting the Mahavakya, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham, invoking Swamiji's presence and then manifesting this power.
Yes, Shivshankar Maharaj, you can go ahead and ask the volunteer to tie the I-band on you. And as the I-band is being tied for Shivshankar Maharaj, Nitish ji, actually you can go around your house and try to get a few items which we can then show Shivshankar Maharaj. And through the power of third eye, after connecting with Swamiji in the space of oneness, he will identify whatever objects and identify the shape, colors, and tell whatever objects you're holding. So maybe you can go ahead and maybe grab a couple of books or some articles or something around in your house and bring them and show it to Shivshankar Maharaj. Yes. So while we're waiting for Aya to bring the articles, here you can see Shivshankar Maharaj has been blindfolded tightly and is connecting to Swamiji, getting into the space of oneness. Remembering Swamiji in his inner space, connecting with him, and understanding that he is the source of everything. The energy of Paramashiva residing in the Supreme Fount of Hinduism, residing in Swamiji, and residing in ourselves. Both are one and the same. And with that powerful cognition, connecting and manifesting the same space of oneness. Yes. So she has come back and is ready to show the articles for Shivshankar Maharaj to read out. So Shivshankar Maharaj, can we start the demonstration?
Yes.
Yes, great. Nitish ji, you can go ahead and start showing the objects one by one. And Shivshankar Maharaj, through the eye, is going to be seeing those objects and describing them for all of us. Please go ahead.
Yes, he's holding a book of Living Enlightenment, the Gospel of Paramahansa Nithyananda. Swamiji's Living Enlightenment book.
Yes. Nitish ji, move on to the next item.
He's holding a picture or a frame of Paramashiva with 25 faces and 75 hands, and Swamiji sitting below it. He is showing a Bhagavad Gita decoded book Paramashiva Nithyananda. In that, Swamiji is sitting and he is wearing a turban, and there's a peacock feather, 3 peacock feathers on top, and there's a chariot below, underneath of the book, and there's a Bhagavad Gita decoded book of Swamiji.
That's all the item I have, Maharaj, for now.
That's great, Aya. So, Aya, has Shivshankar Maharaj been able to read out correctly, describe what the objects which you had showed here?
Yes, definitely. Maharaj has definitely been exceeded the expectations here, and everything, it was to the point, every description. Yeah, I really enjoyed it, and thank you. I feel grateful for the grace of Maharaj and Bhagavan just to be here in this space and witnessing this extraordinary Shaktis. So all those who are going to be here attending, please don't miss. One message I would like to give is, after the darshan, please don't miss attending the power manifestation sessions. So if you're attending that, you will be able to manifest just like this.
Yes, yeah, that's so great. Aya, could you also just confirm for all our audiences and everyone else who's watching, today's segment is that we didn't even that there has been no preparation for this, and we just joined and came together for today's call, and we just had the power manifestation. Prior to this, we didn't discuss or we didn't have any prior preparation for the session.
Yes, definitely. It was completely spontaneous, and there was no meeting or anything that was set up before this. So yeah, I can definitely stand up for this authenticity.
Yes. Thank you so much, Ayam. So Shiv Shankar Maharaj, you can actually go ahead and remove your IBAN. And so we request everyone to continue to stay tuned. We're going to be entering to the next segment of today's power demonstration, which is the power of body scanning.
Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
In this power of body scanning, one awakens the ability to scan illnesses, diseases, medically diagnosed issues, and provide solutions through the awakened third eye. Here we have the Shastra Pramana, the scriptural reference to manifest the power of remote vision. Swadehe jagato vapi sukshma sukshma tarani cha tattvani yani nilayam dhyatmante vyajjarat para. Bhagavan Paramashiva says, cognize deeply from the subtle to the subtlest constitutive principle of your whole body, Swadeha, or of the whole universe, simultaneously consist of the essential reality. They are being absorbed in the source cause, Paramashiva. By the experience of such restful awareness, one becomes complete from all thoughts, and the ultimate universal divine power, Paradevi, Adi Shakti, is revealed, and the supreme power manifestation happens. Here we have the Apta Pramana, which is the reference of the power of remote vision. In the Hindu Purana of Mahabharata, the whole war, sacred scripture Bhagavad Gita, is narrated to blind King Dhritarashtra by his trusted charioteer Sanjaya. Sanjaya is initiated into third eye power of Duradrishti, which is the remote vision, and Duradrishti, the power of hearing from remote distances. It is through Sanjaya's narration that humanity has received the sacred scripture of Bhagavad Gita. And here we have the Apta Pramana, or the reference of the power of body scanning from the life of a Siddha. Taraiyar was a Siddha and one of the prominent disciples of Agastya. One day, a man was suffering from a very severe headache and comes to Agastya for healing. Agastya uses the power of body scanning and identifies the root cause of the headache. He reveals that there is a small tarai, a type of frog, sitting in the person's brain. Agastya immediately instructs Taraiyar, his disciple, to perform an open head surgery and remove the frog. After the surgery was completed, the person was cured and healed of his headache, thus attaining the name Taraiyar. Here we have the Atma Pramana, where the Supreme Founder of Hinduism, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, has time tested and authenticated the science in his own life. On the 22nd of December 2019, Supreme Founder of Hinduism revealed how he uses this power of body scanning. Paraphrasing of his own words, only when I had the multiple compound hand fracture, I was forced to go to surgery and therefore for medical checkups related to that. At that time, they detected heavy metal quantity in my different organs. It was revealed that I had been poisoned without our knowledge. I immediately used diagnostic methods instead of medical facilities to study the body condition due to the poisoning. Through body scanning, I found out what the problems, imbalances had happened, and where balance has to be done. I use allopathy as a second opinion to verify my findings. Here we have the Sakshi Pramana, which is the experience and results of the extraordinary paramanifestation happening through the initiated disciples of the Supreme Pandava of Hinduism. And here you can see we have snippets from various social media posts of devotees and disciples from all across the globe who have manifested these powers of body scanning and remote vision. Let's now get ready to experience a live demonstration of this power of remote vision. Yes. So we're back now, again with Shivashankara Maharaj and with Nitish ji. So before we enter into the body scanning directly, Nitish, I would like you to confirm a few things with our audience and with the rest of our viewers. Whether we know any of your medical background or medical history, and is this something which we had previously, prior to today's power manifestation demonstration, have discussed before?
No, so I can definitely confirm this. Like, I haven't shared any of my medical history, and this is the very first time that we are connecting on this, not only demo, but first time really connecting together for the body scanning.
Yes, that's great. So Shivashankara Maharaj is now going to be through the third eye, is going to be manifesting the power of body scanning on Nitish ji. So Shivashankara Maharaj, you can go ahead and start manifesting this power of third eye.
I welcome you all with my love and respect. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Yes.
Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
So very beautifully what Swamiji revealed is, see, you're a type of person where if anything happens, you're not able to completely open it up to a person who's outside. You know that whatever you're doing, either some activity, you're okay with it, and if it's some kind of problem happens to you, you are able to just deal within yourself. So that is that an issue where you're not able to open up with the people. So that is some mind related issue which is affecting your body. Major issues which is not there's no any major issues which is affecting your body, but you think there is a cognition or your own ideas which is affecting your body. You are thinking, but I'm just telling you what Swamiji is telling. There is nothing which is affecting your body at all. The only two things which Swamiji very showed me is which is the right thigh. On your right thigh, whenever you sit and you stand up and you go do some activity, you usually jog or do some kind of a yoga. When you come back, that type of muscles in your right thigh, it slowly numbs. The numbness you feel, that is there, and your whenever you eat food, you feel that why I'm not able to continuously have the stomach full, empty, like able to continuously digest. Either you feel more hungry or the food which you eat is not satisfied for you. That is always there. Where Swamiji always tells that eat one meal per day. You have a condition. Okay, he's telling that, but how can I implement that in my life? So that is there. That is there in you. I will see that the digestion part. And the last thing is towards your neck. I'm just telling you, don't strain your neck, because whenever you bend yourself and whenever you have a conversation and speak to people towards your neck region, you're going to see that kind of simple strain which is that will get automatically healed. And for this, very clearly, Swamiji tells that now I just did the body scan. So when the body scanning happened, not alone I diagnose an issue or tell an issue to you and tell that you have this issue. Also, the healing starts. So when Swamiji's third eye falls on a particular person, the healing also happens, because Swamiji's third eye is very powerful to make a person completely healed from all kinds of diseases. So solution for this is the first thing. Try to wake up as early as in the morning is possible. Try to wake up as early in the morning, maybe 4 to 5 in your own your region time. Wake up at that point of time and try to do some activity. It can be yoga, it can be any kind of physical activity. Try to do that. And in the evening, before falling asleep, try to just 1 hour before you fall asleep, try to just see Swamiji, any kind of Swamiji's videos, satsang or Swamiji's darshan. Just see that and immediately fall asleep. Don't do any other activity. See Swamiji and fall asleep in the morning. Wake up and do some kind of physical activity. Do these both. You'll see the complete healing happens to you, and the rejuvenation which needs to takes place in your body, and all the toxins which needs to be cleared will be completely cleared. You will see that within 24 hours again. So these are the body scan, and this is the revelation which Swamiji very beautifully shared to me and mentioned to you. If you're able to relate with it, you can go ahead and share.
Yes, thank you so much, Maharaj, for this. Definitely related to thighs and this next pain you mentioned, it's definitely correct. The process, what the body was going through while the third eye of Swamiji was manifesting through was that I can feel the intense heat landing in the system. And those areas that you mentioned, like here, I was able to feel something is going on. So the sensation was there. Thank you so much to beloved Bhagavan and to you, Maharaj.
Yes. Thank you so much, Shivshankar Maharaj and Nitish ji, for coming today and joining us for this segment of Power Manifestation. Thank you both so much. Yes. So with this, we're going to be entering to the next segment of today's program. Please stay tuned.
Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om 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 Nithyananda Om Nithyananda
The Akashic records. Akashic records are created in space. Whatever has happened in time is there as a file. Nothing can be destroyed. Please understand, none of your actions, thoughts, plans, emotions, words, none of them can be destroyed. The Akashic records are the cosmic archives of everything happened, happening, and yet to happen. The Akashic records are the verbal, visual, five-dimensional document. Whatever is happening continuously gets recorded. All the information you collect from all of your births is in your DNA. You can access some of them just to understand and not to waste the time doing the same actions again and again. The Akashic readings are not predictions. They are readings directly from the cosmic archives. There is no such thing as past, present, and future. Beyond space, creation and destruction happen simultaneously. The dimension of time starts the past, present, and future. But in the Akashic records, there is no past, no present, and future. And that is why what you call as happened, happening, and yet to happen are all already clearly recorded. In Swamiji's own words, nobody has the right to comment on these readings. Nobody has the right to manipulate these readings. Nobody has the right to interpret, comment these readings. They are complete unto themselves. For anybody to live in tune with the cosmos, the Jivan Mukti, living enlightenment, they do not need any special practice other than listening to these great readings again and again. When you listen to these great readings, naturally, the negative logic is penetrated, broken, and these great truths settle in your inner space, and they make you live enlightenment. As the avatar of Paramashivoham, only an avatar can decode the Akashic readings, and the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has graced humanity with the blessings and darshan in the form of Devi Parashakti, revealing the answers to questions to the yearning of seekers as solutions, breakthroughs, and liberating humanity from pain and suffering. Any question given to Devi Parashakti is not just an answer, but a karmic breakthrough for the receiver. Here we have the Shastra Pramana, the scriptural reference to manifest the power of Akashic reading. The reference is taken from the Vijnana Bhairava Tantra, Dharana 61, Sutra 84. Akasham vimalam pashyan kritva drishtim nirantaram stabdhatma tatkshanat devi bhairavam vapurapnuyat. Bhagavan Paramashiva says, looking at the spotlights in finite etheric space, Akasha, beyond the sky and clouds, one should fix one's gaze from the third eye without blinking continuously and make the body and inner space steady and motionless. In that very moment, O Devi, one obtains the nature and power of the infinite space, Bhairava. Here we have the Sakshi Pramana, which are the experiences and results of the extraordinary manifestation happening through the initiated disciples of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. We have here some of the social media snippets and screenshots of devotees and disciples from across the globe sharing their experience of power manifestation, where they have successfully manifested these powers of remote vision after the initiation from the avatar. Now, let's get into the Apta Pramana, which is the reference of the powers of Akashic reading from authorities on Hinduism. In the Hindu Purana of Mahabharata, there narrates a story of this great sage Maitreya, who reveals the secrets to Vidura, the story of his birth in human form and the reasons for all his suffering. Sage Maitreya accessed the Akashic records and told Vidura that he was not an ordinary man, but was in fact an incarnation of Yamaraja, the Lord of Death. He was to play the part of a so-called Shudra for 100 years, being cursed by Manduka Muni. And here we have the Atma Pramana, which is the personal account of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, his experience with the power manifestation science, where he has time tested and authenticated it. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism's own words, reading the Akashic records is just opening the screen and it will appear. Originally, the Akashic records will appear in Sanskrit, and then it gets translated into English during the process of seeing the scene and cognizing. That is why Most of the English words which I use, those same words are getting repeated during the Akashic readings because the seer, during the process of seeing, translating the scene, because the seer is the person who is talking to you regularly in English, uses the same word to cognize and translate the scene itself during the process of seeing. So what are some of the benefits of the Akashic reading? The Supreme Point of Hinduism says, all the information you collect from all of your births is in your DNA. You can access some of them just to understand and not waste the time doing the same actions again and again. Accessing the DNA code, reading the Akashic records will be useful for you to be liberated from your default future, bringing an end to binding cognitions, known and unknown sufferings, leading you to experience enlightenment or Paramashivoham. Only Nijavatar can alter the Akashic readings. The initiated sons can view the Akashic records. However, only Nijavatar can alter, edit, upgrade, and change the Akashic readings. During the Darshan and Diksha, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism blesses and upgrades the Akashic records as per the prayer of the devotee. So what can you ask in an Akashic reading? The most accurate and unbiased answer to any questions about your life, destiny, purpose, or everyday parts of your life. Be spiritually healed, have physical and emotional problems with just a look or a word. Understand the reasons behind your life's happenings, receive the blessings to fulfill your right desires, and get the clarity to redesign your future. So these are some of the things which you can ask and which you can expect from the Akashic readings. So now, let us move into the next segment of today's program, which is understanding the divine feminine consciousness. Here we have the Dhyana Shloka of Devi Parashakti. Shiva Shaktya Yukto Yadi Bhavati Shaktya Prabhavitum Na Chedevam Devo Nakashala Spanditum Api Atasvamaradyam Harihara Viranjadi Bhirapi Pranantum Stotum Va Katamakrita Punja Prabhavati. Lord Shiva only becomes able to do creation in this world along with Shakti. Without her, even an inch he cannot move. And so, how can one who does not do good deeds or who does not sing your praise become adequate to worship you, O Goddess mine, who is worshipped by the Trinity? Bhavanitvam dase mai pitaras drishtim shakarunam iti stotum vanchan kadayati bhavanitvam itiya tadaivatvam tasmai disasi nija sayujya padavi mukunda brahmendra sputamakuta nirajiti padamam. If anyone has a wish in his mind to pray, you Bhavani, my mother, please shower on me a part of your merciful love. Even before he says, you Bhavani, you, my goddess, would give to him the water falling from the crowns of Vishnu, Rudra and Brahma at your feet and grant him the eternal life in your world. Devi Parashakti, the ultimate pure feminine consciousness. All great things can start only with mother. Bhuvaneshwari is the cosmic mother, her cosmic womb from which billions and billions of universes come in and go out. The source where the Big Bang and black holes go on. Devi Parashakti is the source of all of us. We all came from Parashakti. We stay in Parashakti and we go back to Parashakti. We are all literally waves in the ocean called Parashakti. Parashakti is the source Shakti, source energy, source power from which all of us came, in which all of us are even now existing in which all of us are going to merge back into. It is like a wave starting from the ocean, staying in the ocean, raising in the ocean, and falling back into the ocean. We all start from Parashakti, stay in Parashakti, raise in Parashakti, drop and merge back into Parashakti. Parashakti is the main deity of the sacred feminine, the divine consort of Bhagavan Paramashiva, who is the Lord of the Supreme Consciousness. Parashakti is the embodiment of Tyaga. The divine feminine consciousness is unique only to Hinduism. The unique contribution to the spiritual consciousness from the Vedic tradition is the sacred feminine worship. Even if everything from what the Vedic tradition gave is lost, if just the sacred feminine tradition is there, then the whole thing can be revived back because the sacred feminine worship, mother worship, is the seed of the Vedic tradition. Hinduism has at least 10,000 sampradayas or subsects. And if all of these sampradayas were lost one day for some reason, and only one sampradaya of Devi worship remains, the whole thing can be brought back. Because the whole thing is centered on this one, mother worship. Mother worship carries the blueprint, a hologram of the whole Vedic tradition. The sacred feminine worship is the hologram of the Vedic tradition. There is no enlightened being on the planet Earth without worshipping the sacred feminine, including myself. I am basically a Shakta. I myself follow Devi worship. From the beginning, if you see my biography and all the deities I have carved, the darshans I have had, they have all been mother-based, Devi-based. These are the direct words of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. She has revealed to all of us on the 17th of September 2010. There's a beautiful story narrated by Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, a great avatar. Shiva is Brahman, but Devi has the key to reach Brahman. Unless she opens, nobody can reach. Very beautifully, Paramahamsa Ramakrishna describes a house scene. Even though the husband is the owner of the house, the key to the house will be on the hip of the mother. Either you have to fall at the feet of the mother or the small sons of the mother. Only they can touch that place and remove the key. Nobody else can touch. So either surrender to the mother or the people who are close to the mother who can reach. The divine cosmic beings are real, and they manifest from Kailasa, the enlightened time-space zone, through deities and through incarnations. In Madurai, Paramashiva as Bhagavan Somasundareshwara and Devi Parashakti as Devi Meenakshi came down from Kailasa to establish the greatest enlightenment ecosystem. In Madurai, Bhagavan Somasundareshwara graced the people of Madurai with various miracles, and he stays in a frequency where he can immediately assume the human body and relate with, answer you, respond to you, and raise you. This whole Sheva Leelarnava, which happens in Madurai, beautifully Paramashiva reveals that in every time when he assumes the form to manifest certain powers and grace the devotees, he exemplifies the expression of certain sacred secrets that humanity can benefit from. Here we have a beautiful story of how Lord Somasundareshwara brought back Malayadvaja from the dead. Once, Lord Somasundareshwara asks Devi Meenakshi, why Devi Kanchanamala why she does not bathe in the temple tank. Please ask her to come and have the beautiful opportunity to bathe in the temple tank. Devi Parashakti then goes and conveys this message of Lord Somasundareshwara to her mother. And Kanchanamala then goes to the Brahmins and asks them what is the most meritorious mode of bathing the temple tank. They reply to Queen Kanchanamala, it must either be taken by holding the hand of the husband, holding the hand of a child, or a cow's tail. On hearing this, she becomes greatly affected and upset, as she neither has her husband nor her child. Devi Meenakshi reported this back to Lord Somasundareshwara, and out of a sheer love and compassion for his devotees, brings back Malayadvaja Pandya from the paradise of Indra, from the Indraloka. And on hearing his arrival, Lord Devi Kanchanamala dresses up and adorns herself with the jewels and all the sacred ornaments, and both of them together, holding hands, bathe in the temple tank, after which Lord Somasundareshwara takes them and gives them both Shivaloka. And a heavenly chariot appears in which both husband and wife were carried into the worlds and the paradise of Indra, into the abode of Shivaloka. This is during the advent of Lord Somasundareshwara and Devi Meenakshi as they assumed and lived on the planet Earth. After they were no more in the physical body, they lived as the energy and expressed through their devotees. This story is taken from the life of Trinyana Sambandar. In Mylapore, there lived a merchant by the name Shivanesa. He was a staunch Shiva Bhakta. He had all the wealth in the world, but had no children. In answer to his sincere prayer, Lord Paramashiva blesses him with a female child. They named her Pavai. She was very beautiful. Shivanesa then hears of Jnana Sambandar's greatness and feels that only Jnana Sambandar is a suitable match for his daughter. Mentally, he offers Pumpavai to Jnana Sambandha. One day, when Pumpavai was gathering flowers in the garden, she was bitten by a poisonous snake and she died instantly. Shivanesar even announced that he would give any amount of money to anyone who would be able to revive her back, but no one was able to. He then recollected that he had already mentally offered Pumpavai to Jnana Sambandha. This instills great courage into Shivanesar, and he cremated the body of the girl, collected the ashes, and preserved them in a pot. Daily, he would decorate the pot with flowers and sit near it and meditate on Jnana Sambandha. One day, the news of Jnana Sambandha staying in Tiruvattriyur reached the merchant. At once, he erected a big pandal from Mylapore to Tiruvattriyur, and followed by a throng of Shivabhaktas, Shivanesar begins to proceed towards Tiruvattriyur to meet Jnana Sambandha. Meanwhile, Jnana Sambandha was on his way coming towards Mylapore, and they both meet each other halfway. Jnana Sambandha then hears about Shivanesar and his worship of the pot, which contains the ashes of his daughter. He decides to help Shivanesar and bring back the girl to life. As they reach Mylapore, they worship Lord Paramashiva and sing hymns as they come out of the temple. Jnana Sambandha then asks Shivanesar to bring forth the pots of ash. Then Jnana Sambandha, addressing the pot, Om Pumpavai, the very purpose of human birth in this world is to serve the Lord and his devotees, and to feast the eyes by seeing the festivals of Lord Shiva. This is to arise in the presence of all. Are you going away without seeing the festival? Jnana Sambandha then begins singing a padigam to Lord Shiva, describing Pumpavai's tragedy. As soon as he finishes the first stanza, Pumpavai begins to get her form back. When he finished the 8 stanzas, she begins life instilled in her body, and she becomes a 12-year-old girl. When he finishes the 10th stanza, she comes out of the pot like how Mahalakshmi comes out of a lotus flower, and all were amazed at this miracle. Shivanesar and Pumpavai both worship Jnana Sambandha. Shivanesar then entreats Jnana Sambandha to accept Pumpavai as his wife. Jnana Sambandha, however, explains that the original Pumpavai, whom Shivanesar had mentally offered to Jnana Sambandha, was dead, and that the present girl had the relationship of a daughter to Jnana Sambandha. Shivanesar then bows to the wishes of Jnana Sambandha and builds an ashram for his daughter, where she spends her days in worship of the Lord and attaining Him. So this is a beautiful story of not only when Devi Meenakshi and Lord Somasundareshwara were in the human physical body, but even after they leave their physical frame, through the devotees and through living in the temple, through the energies and the Archavataras of the temple, they continue to manifest and grace, bless, fulfill all the desires and fulfill the wishes of their devotees. These are not some things which happened only so many thousands of years ago. Even now, in this modern era, Paramashiva is very much available to all of us, and the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, as our Guru and as the representative of Paramashiva, is continuing the miracles and the Shiva Leelarnava, not only in Madurai, but all over the world, across thousands of disciples and devotees from various parts of the world. Today, now, in this next segment, we're going to be having Sundareshwara Maharaj, along with many other devotees and disciples, sharing the various experiences, darshans, power manifestations, and miracles which have happened in their life due to the grace and blessings of our Master, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, and the experiences which they have had in relation to the recent Akashic readings which have happened with the grace and blessings of Devi Parashakti herself. So please stay tuned as we get ready and prepare ourselves for this next segment of today's program.
Thank you very much, Maharaj, for introducing and beautifully sharing the various different examples from the life of Paramashiva, and from the life of Nine Mars, and how Paramashiva, as you said rightly, is constantly making himself available. Every single moment he is there, guiding us, taking care of us in every moment. And that is exactly what we're going to be listening to in this segment. And once again, I'd like to welcome and invite every one of the participants who are watching us live, who are seeing us live on YouTube, Facebook Live, and the Nithyananda TV, and the various Zoom two-way video conferencing sessions. I welcome every one of you once again for this beautiful Akashic readings by Devi Parashakti. So without any further ado, we'll be entering into this segment. And in this particular segment, we're going to be understanding what are the different examples and experiences that our participants have had, various disciples and devotees have had in their life after being with Swamiji and receiving the grace and the blessings of Devi Parashakti. So this segment will also be a beautiful one where we all can understand what is that we need to do and how we can actually prepare ourselves to receive the Akashic readings from Devi Parashakti. What are the different things that people have gone through, how they prepared themselves, and what is the way that Devi Parashakti revealed to them, and how after that in their life they saw the changes. So these are some things that we'll be listening to today. So starting first, we are having Mukund Chandrahasan from US. Nityanandam.
Nithyanandam, how are you doing, Nithyanandam?
Yes, I'm doing great. So nice to see you after a long time.
Nice to see you as well. So I'll be explaining more about the experience I've had during the Parashakti Akashic reading. So I haven't been.
Mukund, just before we start that, sorry to interrupt you. If you could give a little more background about yourself, like where you're from, what you've been doing, how long you've been with Swamiji, for all the viewers who are watching us live for the first time, so they all will be happy to hear about that.
Okay, will do. So I've known Swamiji since about like 2004, 2005, 2003, one of those early ages. And my family has been a part of the Sangha for a very long time. I was a part of Gurukul during the early days. I was there for about 2 years during 2007, 2008, that time period. And it was a very good time. We did yoga in the morning, did all type of mischievous activities. I'm sure Sanji remembers the stories that we've had. And overall, I've been continuously within the Sangha trying to learn more about completion, more about meditation, more about the enlightenment science. As there's a very big soul seeking that I have, a very big urge about me that making this spiritual journey a priority in my life, more so than other things. So with this seeking that I'm having, I'm able to get more clarity through the Akashic readings and then pave the priorities in my life depending on what is being said during those Akashic readings. So maybe this will be a good segue to talk about the Akashic readings. So I'm not no stranger to the Akashic readings. The first one I've gotten to Kala Bhairava, I asked what is the purpose of my life, and then there's a very interesting response that he gave me. I don't want to reveal it because I don't want to jinx anything. So we'll see how things turn out. So the question that I asked recently, I believe yesterday or the day before, I asked Mother Parashakti, how do I progress on my purpose? Because personally, I've been going through a bit of a stasis in my life where I don't know what is the next direction to go towards. So asking this question was more of like a clarity type question. That's the space that I was holding. So the response that she gave to me in Tamil, she said that for once I have to drop my ahankaram, which means ego, means arrogance, means like pride. And I very resonated with that very well because it goes to another type of reading, which is a Vaidishran Nadi reading that I did about 2 years ago. And in that same reading, they explain the exact same thing. I have to, in my past janma, my past karma that I had in my past life, I had a lot of arrogance, a lot of ahankaram. So it was very nice seeing this parallel between two different systems of spirituality, both kind of originating to the same ideology within myself. So that itself kind of showed the power of the readings itself. Like they are coming from the exact same space, albeit it be through different organizations or whatnot. So that comes to show this is very powerful. And in addition to that, the Parashakti revealed that I have to be doing 48 days of Navagraha Abhishekam at the Los Angeles temple. and then afterwards circle around it 9 times, like the traditional way you worship the Navagrahas. And this part was actually very interesting to me as well, because as of the last one to 2 years, I've been very interested into the science of Jyotisha, and I've been learning. I paid like $400 to learn about this professionally. I'm not finished with it yet. There's always like a big ocean of astrology knowledge to be gained, but it's very interesting seeing how she was relating some things that were personally very important to myself, and was able to, you know, understand all about what makes Mukund, and find a way for me to progress into the spiritual life even more so, into something that I'm very interested to do. Because Navagraha Puja, Navagraha Abhishekam is very powerful, and doing it for 48 days, I'm very excited to see what is the next breakthrough that I'm going to be experiencing. And then the third and final part of the reading that she said was that after I finish this, she'll be helping me progress to the next stage of my spiritual life. I'm very interested to see where that be in the future. So maybe you'll see in the next 48 days or whenever I start, which is going to be very soon, how this transformation will be for me. So yeah, thank you so much, Nithyananda.
Yes. So thank you for sharing. And just like how you were sharing, just a few insights as to what you were sharing, right? So when you shared that the Kalabhairava readings and the other readings also that you received, and the Devi's readings are also very much resonating with what each other, like it's all supplementing and complementing each other. And how in your life also, with respect to what you're learning, what your interests are, and how Devi Parashakti is actually perfectly positioning and like perfectly actually giving the right thing that is needed for us to be able to receive her blessings, and also raise ourselves to the higher states of consciousness or the higher levels of spirituality. So at this point in time, right? So once you received a Devi Akashic reading, what is it that changed? See, for example, something would have been there before and now. Like you told that she told you have to drop your ego and complete with the ego. And Swamiji says, ego is any cognition that we have apart from the idea that we are Paramashiva or we are the ultimate, right? So how is that you have been able to experience that? So whenever Devi says, it's not just a word, it's like that has already become a reality also in our life. So if you could share some examples from your life as to how it was before and after the Akashic readings, how you have started like changing, like that has, you can see a physical difference in your life that is removed from your life.
Okay. The first thing that pops into my head would be the first reading that happened in the LA temple. So it was a Kalabhairava reading. That was my first exposure to the Akashic records. And as I, entered this space, I mean, like my family was raised Hindu, like I was raised Hindu, but me myself, I was still in the Western UCLA like college student mindset, and I was in my little segue towards spirituality, but I was still in the materialistic world as like as an individual. So this reading gave me a very big distinction as to a higher purpose that I have within my life, and really shut down a lot of these like fantasies, a lot of these like self-doubt, self-hatred, self-denial type patterns that I have, and really gave me a bunch of clarity into my future. And like by asking the very powerful question, what is the purpose of my life? I request everybody to ask that question actually, because you yourself might not even know your purpose, and you might be going towards like some materialistic desire, like I want to be like a CEO of the World Bank, or I want to be this top chef at the restaurant. But the universe probably has more better plans than what you have, and they will give you something that you desire in a soul type level, where you like will have that inner quench, like the inner thirst will be quenched from that purpose.
Yes. So, and also another thing, just like how you shared, right? So when you ask for the purpose of your life, actually that is the most powerful question that you could ask, because you literally know what you are supposed to be doing. Because all while we've been doing this, doing that, and we actually don't have an idea as to what we have to do. And Mukund, what is your age, by the way?
I'm 22, just turned 22.
Awesome. So knowing your purpose of life when you're 22 and actually progressing towards it, when you compare yourself with the people around you or the friends and or the age group of people around you, where especially at this time, that is when like people are trying to look at what is their career going to be, and then actually flow their life into it and direct their life into it. And you actually know there's a lot of confusion that is also involved in it, because you're not very sure. Your parents want you to do something, your friends want you to do something, your teachers want you to do something, your well-wishers want you to do something. So there are a lot of things that come in, and that's there. But how is that you feel that knowing the very purpose of your life, and how you're able to avoid all of those different things that come in, and how just by the blessings of Swamiji, so much of it is removed. If you can give the insight into that to all of our viewers, versus how a normal child of your age or a person of your age, what kind of confusions that you would be going through with respect to how you are living at this point in time, just by the blessings and the grace of Swamiji.
So to begin with, you were saying how people my age, this 18 to 22, even like 25, even like to 30 even, people have confusions about what they want to do. People my age are like partying, trying to go towards like materialistic pleasures, trying to become very rich, trying to be very successful. And although like that is like, that desire, that karma has to be fulfilled that one type of way, if they don't have any exposure to spirituality. For me, like I have a big distinction between that. For example, like my parents, they still are like, they want me to be enlightened, obviously. They want me to progress on a spiritual path. But in the same time, they want me to become, well settled myself, get like a business, get a job, progress in like a very stable way, and then also build like simultaneously my future in a spiritual sense. For me, on the other hand, I know that this higher purpose that I have, it'll make everything kind of align perfectly towards this higher vision. Like all the desires that I have, all this like karma that I have will also come in together into this very beautiful painting that the universe is orchestrating for myself. So I know that in the end of the day, if I surrender to Swamiji, surrender to Shiva, surrender to the divine, surrender to the universe, things will just go miraculously and in the way that should be done. And I'm not really worried at all. Like I've surrendered my ego, even though the Akashic reading said just drop my ego has been quenched, or it has been reduced a tremendous amount since maybe like 2 years ago, since I got the original reading.
Okay, that's great. And anything that you would like to share with our participants or the viewers as such, as to how they can prepare themselves? Because out of so many people who actually come for and receive the Devi readings and the Akashic readings from Devi Parashakti, what do you think would be a very important ingredient that they can actually inculcate in them, or what they would need to hold so that they receive the answers of Devi Parashakti in their life? What do you think?
So you're asking about the space that they should hold to ask the question?
So when you asked a question, what was that in you, and how you held yourself, or how you held Swamiji and Devi, that you got the answer for your question? What space were you in?
Well, for one, I would say first do a little bit of meditation in yourself. Look within. What do I really want? Because a lot of people, they think this is just some random question just for fun. Like, let me ask about my next relationship. Let me ask about how do I make money? I mean, obviously, those are very important questions depending on the space of the individual. However, I would say from like a very spiritual soul type level, I would internalize very deeply, because this isn't just some fun thing to do. This is very serious business. This is like your soul could ask any question and get any answer that you want from the universe itself. It's a very, very powerful thing. And I would say, don't take it for granted.
Yes, such a beautiful sharing from you. Thank you very much for sharing. And just like how you were sharing, the space that you hold, and especially don't take it for granted. When Devi Parashakti is there, she's there, alive, physically there. And one important point that you shared, right? It is based on which you take decisions of your life. So whenever you know and whenever you pray really to Devi Parashakti, that based on what you're saying, Ma, I'm going to make the decision of my life, and I'm very clear about it. And whatever you say, I am going to do it, and I'm going to follow it. When you actually bring that cognition into yourself, and when you actually inculcate that deep devotion, and you're very, very strong, very clear that yes, the moment you say, I am going to do it, Ma, that powerful cognition, without postponement, without anything else, as that is the highest priority. With that space, if you just sit with that feeling connection, with that sincerity, if you just sit, and as Mukund shared, the deep prayerful mood, a meditation, a deep prayerful mood that yes, whatever you say, I am going to do it. With that deep prayerful mood, if you sit and just make a declaration, you will see the Devi Parashakti response. So thank you very much once again, Mukund, for joining us in this particular sharing today. Thank you. And yes. So for all our viewers, we had a beautiful sharing from Mukund, where he shared about how at this very age of 22, he finds the purpose of his life, and he's had already 3 readings, which are very beautifully flowing with each other, and he's able to see how his life beautifully evolves. And one thing that we can understand from his life is that how whenever you have something as the priority, and when you understand that whatever Devi Parashakti says is the only priority, you are not going to delay when she is going to reveal a solution. That sincerity and that commitment towards Devi Parashakti, when you have that, you will see that whatever you ask Devi Parashakti, your questions will be answered. So now we are going to be looking at another very beautiful participant. We have with us Peter Bloomfield Aya, who is joined in. Nithyananda Maya.
Nityananda Maharaj, how are you?
I'm doing good, Aya. How are you, Aya? So nice to have you here on the panel for sharing. And I'm also so excited to actually listen from you about your journey with Swamiji. And just for all of our viewers also, maybe you could give an introduction about you, what you were doing, how you got connected to Swamiji, and your experience with Swamiji. After that, we'll enter into the Devi readings itself.
Okay, sounds great. So I met Swamiji in the physical in 2014. And for those who don't know me, I'm a physician in the US, and I had a very conventional college, medical school. I went to a very, elite medical school and a very, very conventional, strong residency program. But during my training, residency, I started to have kind of spiritual awakening and really Kundalini awakening, but I didn't know what that was or what to do with it. It just made life really interesting. And then shortly after finishing my training, I had a lot of time, and I was able to really dive into, I knew there was a spiritual thing I had to find. And I ended up having, a bunch of intense experiences, and then experiencing all kinds of different spiritual paths. And then I had a woman I was dating, and she was a devotee and disciple of Swami Nityananda, and she was just blissful all the time, whereas I was not necessarily like that, and energetic all the time and all that. And finally, at a certain point, I said, "Okay, fine, let me meet this guy." And then I did just a brief program, and he gave me the exact message I needed to know, that I needed to go to India. And then I went to India, and I saw him there, and I'll never forget the moment, the first time I was just sitting lotus style on a table in the hotel lobby, and Swamiji walked in with some of his sannyasis, and just my whole being smiled, like to the core of my being was just a big smile. And it was like, oh, finally this has happened. So that was 2014 July, and since then, I've just been, as intensively as I know how to do, seeking to connect with Swamiji and go to higher consciousness and do the thing that we came here to do, you could say.
Wonderful. I actually very much relate with what you're sharing, and I'm sure for so many people, the first experience with Swamiji, and as you're saying, it's actually beyond any verbalization or any logical understanding, but there is some kind of like a happiness, a fulfillment, just when you actually, it's like you just found what you are looking for and longing for such a long time. Yes, I can actually very much relate with what you're sharing, and I've also seen this with so many people. So yes, go ahead. And then yes, go ahead. You can continue your journey with Swamiji.
Well, I'll just say, since then I did all the programs I could do, which was many of the programs. And then, still now I'm involved in the temple and all that. But sort of relating to the Devi darshans and the Arulvak, my kind of core questions are with this intense desire, this intense tejos, the burning desire to go to higher consciousness. How do I do that? How does that look for me? Am I to become, go wear orange and go to Adi Kailasa? Am I supposed to stay in California, Kapilaranya? Where does it go from here, right? And so I became a Yajaman, SJP Yajaman, and so I have just been expanding in every way. But I've always had the question, how do I get, what is the next thing, particularly at this time? Should I be here or should I be going somewhere else? And so I had a feeling inside like I knew, but that was the first question I asked, was really what should I be doing? Where should I be living? Should I be trying to get to where you are now? Or what should I be doing? And so basically the answer was stay where you are in California, but at some point soon I'll call you to Kailasa. So we can't get much better answer than that.
Awesome, yeah. And how was it that you felt at that point in time when actually Devi took your name?
It's just so, because it's in Tamil, right? Maybe you know Tamil, great. I don't know Tamil. Maybe
exactly.
knows Tamil. I don't know Tamil. But it doesn't even matter. As soon as that being acknowledges this being, then it's not like I could listen anyway to too much, right? It's just the being in the receiving space of a being like Meenakshi, like Parashakti. It's so profound. It's so beyond words, and it speaks from the DNA to the DNA. And the tone and the message and what it needs to be conveyed is so beyond words. So it's just a really amazing experience. It's really obviously indescribable. So it was wonderful, and in this case it confirmed kind of what I thought, and it gave me something really fascinating and exciting to look forward to. One thing I feel I should share, Maharaj, if you don't mind, is these darshans have been happening frequently recently.
Exactly.
And I'm an emergency physician, for anyone who doesn't know. And sometimes I'll be working when the darshans are happening. And if possible, I try to have some of me be aware of it or have the phone on or something like that. But in the emergency department, it's very unpredictable. You don't know what's going to happen. And I'm usually very busy. But what I'll notice, sometimes I'll get caught up with this patient and that kind of thing. But I'll be like, oh my God, suddenly I'm extremely blissful. What's going on? And then I'll be like, oh, suddenly I have this intense feeling of love for everybody in the department, all the nurses, all the staff, everyone. I just feel the intense harmony and love. Like, oh, suddenly the whole matrix of medicine is opening up so simply for me, and I can so easily handle this. And then I'll be like, oh, now I'm in oneness. Now I would be like falling into Turiya space. And then I'll say, oh, Swamiji must have come on, right? The darshan must be happening now. And then I'll look and I'll find out, yeah, that's exactly when the darshan was happening. So even if I'm not on the Zoom, that energy is so strong, it affects all the beings that are connected with Swamiji. And that space of oneness opens up for all of us. And it always, from that time, the shift is just amazing from that.
Beautiful, yeah. Actually, there is such a powerful experience that you shared where it doesn't actually, what actually matters is your feeling connection with Devi Parashakti. So the moment you actually just get connected with Devi Parashakti, of course, it's her love, as Swamiji always says, it's his love that comes into us and reflects back as love towards him. And as it's Devi's love for us and our love towards Devi, that feeling connection, from what you're sharing, is the only thing that actually matters. So irrespective of what you're doing, where you're doing, what you are, who you are, whether you understand the language or not, which nationality you are, which background you are, none of it matters. Just like how even in the life of wherein Kannappa, I'm sure that you would have listened to the story directly from Swamiji himself, where Kannappa Nayanar, where he had no clue about any of the puja, any of the how to do the pujas or the rituals and all of that. He just had that simple love towards Paramashiva. And that is why when Paramashiva wanted to demonstrate the depth of his devotees, so that is when from the linga's eyes the blood started coming, and immediately without a second thought, Kannappan just removed his eyes and took it and put it to Paramashiva. And when the second eye started bleeding, he put his feet on the eye, because he was thinking, if I remove the second eye, then how would I know where to put it? And both his hands are occupied. So he puts his right toe on the eyes of the Shivalinga and then takes out his other eye. The moment he takes out the other eye, Paramashiva appears and he says, he blesses him with all the three eyes. And he says, you are the one who gave the father himself eyes. So that is the reason he gets the name Kannappa, the one who gave the eyes to the father himself. So just like how you were sharing, right? It doesn't actually matter. What actually matters is that feeling connection and your love towards Swamiji. And that space that you are like, whatever Swamiji says, I'm just going to do it. So that is a very, very powerful space to actually be in. And if you can also share about two things that I would like to listen from you, Aya. One is about being an emergency physician at this point in time, and how the COVID is actually, the pandemic is out everywhere. And especially in some of the countries, it's very severe. Some of them are experiencing the second, and some even the third wave has started. Among so much of powerlessness and insecurity, and actually so much of death and suffering that is going on, how are you able to stay unaffected? Like, what is your experience of, does it even affect you in any way? How do you feel about yourself, and how are you able to relate with others in that particular aspect?
Well, that's a good question, Maharaj. Surely it's been a very interesting year to be an emergency doctor. And, you know, I have all different friends that are terrified to even leave their house because of COVID, and other friends that think COVID is just make-believe and it's not even a real thing. And I can say in Los Angeles, we were completely slammed with COVID. It was November, December, and January. And of course, we've been under lockdown for like a year, basically. I can say the whole time that was going on, we were doing Paramashivoham with Swamiji, right? So the whole world is locked down and afraid in their house and watching some news media and getting terrified. And all day long, I'm watching Swamiji and doing 2As and Zooms and sessions and pujas and yoga and all that. So I'm just in a kind of a state of bliss. And I know whatever is going on is part of a bigger picture. And I know with the blessings of Guru, I'm going to be okay. So there may be a drama going on outside, but it's not in my apartment and it's not in my inner space.
Wonderful.
And, so,
and your relation with others, with respect to how you related with others? Because surely people who come in contact with you, right? So they will also experience the same that you're experiencing. So surely you would have listened from people of those kind. They might have asked you questions and that kind of thing. So what was their reaction when they actually started relating with you?
So what I've seen, and I'm seeing even now, see right now in California, we don't have COVID practically because we had so much before and now we have so much vaccines, there's almost none. But still many doctors I'm working with, they have this feeling of kind of like heaviness and despair because the world hasn't gone back to normal. And the way they made sense of their life, it isn't working and they don't know what to do. And then other people, they're still scared of it and worried about the vaccine or worried about another wave and all that. And I'm just in this intense, I just know Devi's coming. even actually before, like way before Swamiji started doing this, I was in a meditation guided by Mahayoga, trying to see the big picture of what's going on. And I very clearly saw Devi is coming in the form of Durga, in the form of Kali, in the form of all the forms of Devi. And whatever is happening in the cosmos that needs to get set right is getting set right. So whatever's going on with COVID and the response to COVID and all that, I just know Devi is here. Just be cool. It's okay. Just be with Devi. You're going to be okay. And so what's happening is just other doctors, they're just really appreciating the space I'm speaking from. And we could be talking about the same thing, but I'm in a space of just optimism and certainty that if people can roll with it and align with what's going on, they're going to be fine. And so more and more, they're kind of like nudging up to me and asking my insights, you could say.
Wonderful, Aya. It's really so nice to actually listen. One, how Swamiji has completely protected us throughout this entire COVID pandemic, and literally he's created that bubble where unbreakable bubble, I can say, where nothing from outside can ever penetrate us, be it physically, be it mentally, be it psychologically, because the COVID has impacts in all different levels, physical, psychological, and so many different ways it affects. But Swamiji, by constantly making various different programs, making himself available every time in so many different ways. That is one thing that I have always been astonished, and I've always been like super excited and surprised about Swamiji. He always comes up with something. It's always new. When we see that, wow, what more can be more than this? Then he comes up with something much more different and much more powerful, and takes the entire thing through a newer and a much powerful breakthrough. And also, one other thing that I would like to listen from you. How has your your contribution towards the Sarvanya Pita Yajaman, because of late there are so many people who are wanting to become the Saranyapita Yajaman, who want to manifest wealth and contribute to Kailasa. How did you contribute it? What are the things that went on in you when you started the contribution? How did you complete, and some challenges that you faced, at the same time the miracles that you faced? If you could share, so that so many people who are there can listen to the miracles from your life, at the same time be benefited in their life also.
Okay, sounds good. So I'm Saranyapita Yajaman, right? And that was in 2016 that I made that choice. And people may think as an emergency doctor you should have enough money and this and that. But my spiritual path was so intense and so consuming that I was not working very much at all initially. And when I first met Swamiji, I was basically kind of out of money and not really wanting to work and just in a state of great uncertainty. And so once I started doing programs, suddenly everything was going great, and I started having money again. And then when the SJP Yajaman came up, I had no desire to do it initially because I still had fears of poverty consciousness and all that. And then finally, just the click happened, just do it, just get on board. And so I pulled stuff from here and there and retirement fund and all that. And I finally did it, but it was like sort of the way I operate. I was really resistant. And then I was just like, okay, fine, let's do it. And then I just did it in like, a few weeks and was done. And I can say just no doubt, other than going to Inner Awakening and meeting Swamiji, it would be the next best thing after that, right? Like the more you can connect with Swamiji, everything you do is the best thing you did. But SJP Yajaman was definitely a really big leap. It was a leap in terms of my sort of connecting with other Yajamans, connecting with like that group and that group energy. I think in terms of me really affirming my commitment, this is my guru, this is my path, this is what my life is built around. And then a leap in terms of my trust in money and Lakshmi and my relationship with Lakshmi, relationship with the world. And just a big leap in trust in organizations, kind of everything like that. And from the time I did that, I just haven't really had any real money worries. Like I just know I'm set. Not only I'll be okay, like when it's supposed to be like, oh, I have a guru, I'll be okay, that's good. And ultimately we're all okay in the eyes of cosmos and all that. But once you become SJP, even if it costs every penny you have, you just know you never have any legitimate financial concerns the rest of your life. You can try to make something up, but there's no legitimacy to it, right? So it's just a huge relief on that. And then naturally, you just end up becoming wealthy, right? So that even now, I'm not working a huge amount, but that investments have been doing amazing for me. And I'm just seeing my financial situation is totally, like, completely changed from when I first did my first Inner Awakening to when I did the SJP Yajaman and all that. So I always encourage anyone, it's like, if you just put, it's like in Mahabharata, right? The Duryodhana has a choice of the army or Krishna, right? And he picks the army, right? And then Arjuna and the Pandavas, they pick Krishna.
Exactly.
And then the battle's already over, right? Then it's just letting it play out. Krishna says, once they win against me, it's already finished. Same way, when you go with Swamiji and you become SJP with Swamiji, it's already over. It's already finished. There's nothing to worry. Then it's just, you can just watch it unfold. So it's like the aligning yourself with that energy of being. It's just moves. And then even knowing that money then is going to support other people getting exposure and getting the possibility, and monks like you being cared for and having everything you need, and the raising of, it's just a slam dunk. I don't know what to say.
Wow, actually it is such a beautiful sharing. There are 2-3 things that I really wanted to highlight from your sharing. The first thing that you were sharing about telling that as long as you were thinking that when the moment you gave, it was a bigger relief. That is actually something that we have to know, because here most of the time we feel that it is money that actually secures us more and more. But actually, from what you are sharing, it's like the moment you gave, you felt a burden is released from you. Actually, that is the truth, because the moment, the most of the time we all think that we have to accumulate a lot of wealth and then we need to save it for our future. It's not, saving is not wrong, but unfortunately we get caught up in the rut of just creating more and more and more and more money, thinking about the future security, destroying the present that we have. So there is so much of negativity that gets built up, unnecessary stress that gets built up, unnecessary physical health problems that gets built up, with respect to just earning the money, which you're probably going to be using for the problems that you'll get because of earning money. So the moment you actually drop that powerlessness and when you actually take the leap, right, as you told, the purpose of my life was very clear. I was grounded. I understood that Swamiji is my life. I understood that spirituality is my life, and this is what I chose. So that certainty became very powerful in me. Actually, that is the most powerful thing that I feel that as a person in our life, material wealth is nothing but something that you've worked for and you've achieved. The moment you are able to use that for something, in whichever you use it, that becomes a reality in you. Like how Swamiji says, if for a person, maybe playing cricket was the highest thing, for his next generation, he's going to build big stadiums and leave. Same way, whatever you think as your life, you're going to invest everything that you have into it. So when you're actually doing the Sarvanyapita Yajaman, as you shared, you took from the retirement investments, you took the loans, or from every different possible way, you actually pulled it up and you made the Sarvanyapita Yajaman offering done. You did not wait that things have to happen, let everything come, let me start having overflowing abundance, let me have like $1 million, then I'll contribute it. No, you never had that kind of a thing. You decided whatever is there, let me put up everything that is there and let me do it. And actually that is one of the most powerful things, because you wanted to assure yourself that this is my life. So I feel that even some of the people who are stuck out there, it is not that you do not have the money, but like how you shared, it's only a mental block. The moment you take that leap, that whatever is said and done, I am very clear this is my life, then as you shared, everything will just align in place. And the moment you offer, you will just see that those incompletions, the stress, the various other things, insecurities and everything that is related to the wealth just drops. So the moment the incompletions drop, intelligence flowers, and as you said, you are standing today at a much powerful financial status than ever you were before. This is one thing that I wanted to share with all of our viewers from your life. Another thing that I also wanted to share about is the thing that you told, right? The beautiful example that you took from the Mahabharata, where Duryodhana chose the army of Krishna, whereas Arjuna chose Krishna himself. And there it is the slam dunk, as you chose Swamiji over everything else, and that set your life. That's it. And that's actually the most powerful thing, that it's a very simple cognition, it's a very simple act, but that decides the entire life of the entire Mahabharata. As you said, ended at that one point in time when Arjuna chose Krishna. We knew what the war is going to be. And same way, all of us, when we choose Swamiji, and when we choose that he is the ultimate over anything else that exists, whether it's my money, my relationships, whatever is said and done, we get Swamiji and we get what we think we might lose also in our life. But we actually never lose anything. We are only gaining more and more and more and more from everything. So thank you very much for coming to today and sharing with every one of us here. Is there anything else that you'd like to share with our viewers?
Yes, Maharaj. Two small things. One, you were saying, someone may say, when I get $1 million, I'll become SJP Yajaman, right? I'll say, when you give everything you have to become SJP Yajaman, then you will become a millionaire. That's
Wonderful.
the secret. And then the second thing I was going to say is, like you were saying, give up anything for Guru, you'll get what you're giving up and you'll get Guru, right? For anyone who's out there watching right now, because right now Swamiji is doing these darshans, like maybe once or twice a day, I don't know what frequency. And then maybe it's nighttime, maybe it's this, maybe it's that, maybe it's that. The same thing is there. Don't give up the darshan for anything. Don't give up the darshan for 2 hours of sleep or this or that. No. Give up the sleep, take the darshan, you'll get everything you need and more. So really, I know, because I've been with Swamiji as intensively as I can be and watching, what he's doing in these darshans is really, it's really otherworldly. It's really, I mean, it's really it's really Parashakti landing and just showering on all of us, whether our names are said or not. Just being in that presence, watching the Zoom, just connecting with it. Give up anything for that. Don't let anything get in the way of that, is my encouragement to anyone who's watching. Just be with such a wonderful opportunity we're having. So thank you,
Great,
Maharaj.
Thank you very much for joining us today and sharing your experience with every one of us, Aya. And I'm looking forward to much more experiences from you and much more sharings from you in the near future. Thank you, Aya, for joining us in the panel today.
Nityanandam.
And so there was another exciting and a very powerful sharing from Peter Bloomfield, Aya, where he shared some of the most important things in our life and from his own life. As he shared, choose a guru over everything else. You start and you will see that everything happens in our life. As long as you wait for everything else to happen, you're still going to be stuck in those incompletions because you still think something else is more important, something else is higher than Paramashiva. As long as you're stuck in that, you are never going to be able to get out of this rut. So as he said, jump in and then you will see everything manifest and changes in your life. And I hope that all the viewers who are watching us live are able to experience, are able to understand how they can prepare themselves to receive Devi Parashakti in their life, to receive the blessings of Devi Parashakti in their life, whether you want to manifest wealth, whether you want to manifest health, relationships, financial status, whatever it might be. Just these different sharings, the miracles that people are sharing, especially Peter Bloomfield from a completely different culture who doesn't understand the Tamil language and completely different, but how he is also able to experience it. And irrespective of who you are, you just have the experience. So all that you have to do is make yourself available 100%. Do all the different things that are being said, whether it is the meditation, whether it is the offerings, whether it is the processes that we are doing, whether it is just listening to these beautiful sharings, just make yourself 100% available, because Swamiji is making himself completely available to all of us just by his grace and compassion, embodying all the gods and goddesses, literally like how we are having like 2 darshans every single day. And Swamiji is stretching himself just for each and every one of us, bringing all the gods and goddesses of Kailasa to write in our bedroom, to write to our rooms, to our cars, to our offices, wherever we are. So the least and most that we can do is make ourselves available and do everything. Give your 100% participation in everything. Don't think that something is higher, something is less. Everything is equally important, so you receive the most of Devi. So now, with that, we are going to move over to the next segment of today's Bhava Samadhi Darshan. We are going to be seeing how we can connect further, more deeper with Devi Parashakti. I now welcome Sri Nitya Mangalananda Maharaj to take us to that segment. Nityananda Maharaj.
Yes, thank you so much, Sundareshwara Maharaj. Let's enter into the next segment of offerings which we can make towards Devi Parashakti. So the significance of offering, as Sundareshwara Maharaj beautifully shared, the science of offering and giving back is a very beautiful way to open ourselves up and to be receptive of what the master can, what the divine can give back to us. So in the significance of offering, there are 2 parts in it. One is the giving and second is the accepting. Only when the divine accepts what one offers, the offering becomes complete. Offerings are not made out of fear, nor are they made out of greed. When the avatar lands on the planet, the offerings are purely a part of the grand Leela played out for the sole purpose of enlightenment. Here we have the Dhyana Shloka of Devi Parashakti. Induni bhavedagaravanhina yanam syat pankajavara bhaya japakshara yuktam angahima bhushana vichitravasanam syat tungama kutojjvala manonmani swarupam. The meaning of this Dhyana Shloka: with the moon-like face, holding the Vedas in one hand, with fire in the eyes, with lotus flower, the grazing and blessing hands, and with one hand in the Japamala, beautifully decorated with jeweled ornaments and wonderful clothes, her shining crown. Her name is Manonmani. Dhyaye Devim Trinetram Shashini Bhavadanam Vedahastam Dhadanam Sevye Padmam Varadamapare Chap Bhayam Chakshamalam Divyaira Bharanair Vibhushitatanam Brahmadibhih Pujitam Devi Meva Manonmanim Pratidinam Kamarthadatrim Shubham. This is another Dhyana shloka on the Devi Manonmani. I made it on Devi with the three eyes, glowing like a moon and holding the Vedas lotus and gracing the whole world with a blessing and gracing hands. She is wearing the beautiful ornaments and is worshipped by Brahma and all the other gods and showers auspicious boons for all actions every day. Here we have the significance of the divine element of gold. Gold is a divine element. It purifies anything it touches. It is an element of spiritual significance and great spiritual power of healing and enlightening. The vibration of gold has the power to induce sattva energy and positive thought currents in anyone who wears and anyone who sees or operates in its vicinity. The significance of gold is mentioned in various places in Hindu scriptures, and here we have a reference from the Atharva Veda. The triply born by birth is this gold. From the atoms of Agni is one. It becomes dearest to Agni. One fell away from the Soma when it was hurt. One they call the seed of virtues and powerful Apaha, the watery molecules. Let that triple gold be for your long life. Gold is present in all the Hindu scriptures, such as the Agamas, Vedas, Shrutis, Smritis, Itihasas, and Puranas. In all the Hindu scriptures, it is abundantly displayed that gold is the most auspicious and purest metal, which purifies our being. In the Hindu civilization, everything was built in gold, exchanged in gold. Ritual feasts were offered in gold. When one was to be saved from life-threatening illnesses, gold was used as the offering for the ritual fee. Gold was in abundance and used for weighing equivalent amounts for commodities such as cows. Kingdoms were built with huge doors of gold. The streets would have huge columns and archways made of gold. Horses and cows were dressed up in gold. The Hindu civilization thrived on the banks of the river of gold. The Indus River was called the Hirnamaya, the river of gold in the Rig Veda. The river Saraswati was called the Hiranyavartini in the Atharva Veda. Gold is the supreme element for offering gifts to the ones you love and revere. Temples are constructed and paved in gold. Deities are made in gold and decked and adorned in gold because it preserves the enlightenment energy for thousands of years. It lasts forever. So here we have the first offering to Devi Parashakti, which is the E-Hundi offering, which you can offer at any amount as per your wish. Bhakti Priya Bhakti Gamya, Bhakti Vishya Bhayapaha. Devi is fond of true devotion and is realized through true devotion. She can be won over through true devotion. She removes all fears. If there is any fear in the mind of the devotee, Devi is sure to remove that fear. It is stated that Devi likes to be worshipped in autumn. Here it is meant that autumn of our lives, when the thoughts turn more and more inwards, the role of the divine is known and understood clearly. The need of Devi worship becomes stronger. The next offering which we have is the Sankalpa chanting, which is placed at $1 US. The goddess enchants the universe and she herself gives birth to this universe. The goddess, being prayed without interest in anything, gives that knowledge that leads to salvation and gives wealth in materialistic sense. This reference is taken from the Devi Mahatmyam, 12th chapter, 34th verse. Offering of the Sankalpa mantra, the conscious resolution, blesses the person offering with all the fruition of all desires and wishes which he is yearning for. The next offering which we have here is the offering of the Sahasranama Swarnakasu, placed at $75 US, $151 US, and $251 US. This Sharta Pramana for this offering is taken from the Lalita Sahasranamam, 731st verse. Nama Parayana Prita, she who likes the repetition of her various names. This is the offering of the 1008 names to Devi Parashakti. It is a very special and unique archana offered to the Mahameru of Devi Parashakti. Offering a gold coin inscribed with each of those 1008 names and receive the blessings to have the Ananta Kalyana Gunas, which are all the divine and auspicious qualities of Devi Parashakti. To make any of these offerings, all you need to do is visit tiny.cc/Devi-offerings, and all these offerings will be listed there. You can go and select which offering which you want to offer to Devi Parashakti and make the offering. The next offering which we are now going to be going over is the offering of the Mukta Anguti, which is a finger ring with a pearl in it. This offering is placed at three different prices: $251, $501, and $750. I bow to the goddess Meenakshi, whose crown has garlands of pearls and the face shining like a full moon, who has anklets that are studded with gemstones and has small bells, who is shining like the splendor of lotuses, who grants all the wishes, the daughter of the mountain, who is worshipped by the goddesses Vani and Rama. I remain ever bowing to the goddess Meenakshi, the ocean of compassion. Offering the pearl finger ring to Devi Parashakti, blesses the Yajaman and is showered by her compassion and love and success in all business endeavors. Again, to make this offering of the Mukta Anguti to Devi Parashakti, you can visit the link tiny.cc/Devi-offerings. Next offering which we have is the Swarna Patna Pushpam, which is the golden lotus, placed at $600. This is taken from the Kamika Agama. All the kalashas should be wound around with suitable thread and covered with new cloth. They should be adorned with lotus flowers made of gold. There are hundreds of scriptural references for using lotus in the worship of Paramashiva. Almost everything in worship of the ultimate involves the consecration of deities of worship or meditating on the mudras and asanas used during worship, involving the lotus flower, lotus leaf, lotus pericard, lotus petals. The lotus is a divine flower. The Shakti of Paramashiva is also called a lotus. The base of the Paramashiva Linga is the lotus. The disciple of Paramashiva is considered to be a lotus about to bloom. Offering the golden lotus in any size you wish to be and be blessed to have the state, space, powers, and being of Devi in your inner space amidst any and every adverse situation in your life. The next offering which we have for Devi Parashakti is the Swarna Metti, or the golden toe ring offering, placed at $750. You, whose brightness from toenails destroys the darkness and ignorance from the minds of your devotees who prostrate at your feet. Offering the toe ring to Devi Parashakti, adorning her sacred feet, blesses the Yajaman to be in constant gratitude for receiving her blessings in even the most difficult aspects of life. To make this offering of the Swarna Metti, the golden toe ring offering, placed at $750, you can visit tiny.cc/Devi-offerings. The next offering which we have to Devi Parashakti is the Swarna Mangtika, which is the golden hairline jewel, placed at $750. She who makes nectar flow in all of our nerves from the Sahasrara, she who gives the very pleasant experience of the ultimate. The Mangtika represents the nectar flowing from the Sahasrara chakra, which is completely and fully open. Offer the Mangtika to Devi and receive the blessings of achieving the blissful state of overflowing gratitude and space of complete completion. The Swarna Mangtika is placed at $750, and to make this offering to Devi Parashakti, all you need to do is visit the link tiny.cc/Devi-offerings. The next offering which we have is the offering of the Pratyaksha Pada Puja. The illumining splendor of Devi's toenails dispels the darkness and ignorance in the devotees of prostrating at her feet. Her feet defeat the lotus even in beauty. This is taken from the 83rd Shlokam of the Saundarya Lahari, which states that the nails have been sharpened by constantly being touched by the crowns of celestial beings who always prostrate before Devi. Tamoguna is darkness. In the stotram, tamas is indicative of ignorance in the minds of the devotees. By constantly prostrating before Devi, the ignorance is removed and they attain knowledge. Offering the Pratyaksha Pada Puja blesses the Yajaman with all the auspiciousness and blessings of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam. The next seva which we have here is the seva of the Vastra Seva, placed at $1,008. You can again make all of these offerings visiting the link tiny.cc/Devi-offerings. So going over all the offerings which we have present here, which you can make to Devi Parashakti, starting with the e-Hindi offering, which can be made at any amount of your choosing. The second offering is the offering of the Sankalpa Mantra, the conscious offering of the conscious resolution, placed at $1 followed by the Devi Sahasranama Kasu, the pure gold coins, each with one sacred name of Devi from her 1,008 names. This offering is placed at 3 different prices: $75, $157, and $251. The next offering is the Mukta Ambuti, which is the pearl fingering offering, placed at $251, $501, and $501 and $750. We also have the offering of the Swarna Padma Pushpa at $600, $1,200, and $1,800. The Swarna Maiti, which is the golden door ring offering for Devi, at $750. The Swarna Mangtika, the golden hairline jewel, at $750. The Pratyaksha Paga Puja at $1,008, and the Vastra Seva again at $1,008. So these are some of the offerings which you can make to Devi Parashakti. To make any of these offerings, all you need to do is visit the link tiny.cc/Devi-offerings. And now we're going to be having Sundaresha Maharaj again joining us back to talk about the super chat feature in YouTube and how you can make your offerings just immediately and instantly through YouTube super chat.
Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda.
Each Bhava Samadhi darshan is a spiritual treat. Enjoy. Spiritual feast. Enjoy. Don't miss it. Never miss a Bhava Samadhi darshan. Enjoy Paramashivoham, which is introducing and making you cognize the cosmic principles and cosmic beings. The state of Paramashiva, space of Paramashiva, powers of Paramashiva, being of Paramashiva. There are some great spiritual sciences unique to Hinduism. Subtle, otherworldly, but definitive sign. Manifesting the cosmic beings in Archavatara, deities, in Nijavatar, living incarnations is possible. Understand? Kriya Pada of Vedas and Agamas elaborately explain the whole science of making the cosmic beings manifest in Archavatara, deities, and Nijavatara, living incarnations, both. During the Bhava Samadhi darshan, literally those cosmic beings manifest through this body. Just like how they manifest in Archavatara, deity, they manifest in Nijavatara, Pratyakshavatara, and give you all the boons you ask, bless you. You see, each God is an independent intelligence to lead you to enlightenment. Each God is a bridge for you to achieve the Shivatva, the ultimate Shiva consciousness. Krishna is the bridge for you to achieve the Krishna consciousness. But Shiva consciousness, Krishna consciousness, all consciousness is one and the same. Ultimate consciousness only. So that energy itself completely expresses.
Just like Radhika, When I see my own sweetness in the mirror, I become eager to taste it. I find that the only way to relish this sweetness is through the constitution of Sri Radhika.
Bhava Samadhi Darshan is a window to the infinite expanse of consciousness, allowing us to glimpse the formless in a way that we can understand. It cleanses the karmas of lifetimes. It awakens our biomemory to the space of Paramashiva, the ultimate consciousness, and creates a deep and lasting transformation in us.
One or two times have Ganapati Darshan, Venkateshwara Bhava Samadhi Darshan, Devi Bhava Samadhi Darshan. By third time, fourth time, you will see every prayer you are asking those beings, Ganapati or Venkateshwara or Subramanya or Parashakti. Simply those prayers become reality, and the relationship between you and that cosmic beings built. I tell you, each Bhava Samadhi Darshan is a spiritual treat, enjoy. Spiritual feast, enjoy. Don't miss it. Never miss a Bhava Samadhi Darshan. Enjoy Paramashivoham, which is introducing and making you cognize the cosmic principles and cosmic beings. The state of Paramashiva, space of Paramashiva, powers of Paramashiva, being of Paramashiva. There are some great spiritual sciences unique to Hinduism. Subtle, otherworldly, but definitive sign. Manifesting the cosmic beings in Archavatara, deities in Nijavatar, living incarnations is possible. Understand? Kriya Pada of Vedas and Agamas elaborately explain the whole science of making the cosmic beings manifest in Archavatara, deities and Nijavatara, living incarnations, both. During the Bhava Samadhi Darshan, literally those cosmic beings manifest through this body. Just like how they manifest in Archavatara, deity, they manifest in Nijavatara, Pratyakshavatara, and give you all the boons you ask, bless you. See, each God is an independent intelligence to lead you to enlightenment. Each God is a bridge for you to achieve the Shivatva, the ultimate Shiva consciousness. Krishna is the bridge for you to achieve the Krishna consciousness. But Shiva consciousness, Krishna consciousness, all consciousness is one and the same. Ultimate consciousness only. So that energy itself completely expresses.
Just like Radhika, when I see my own sweetness in the mirror, I become eager to taste it. I find that the only way to relish this sweetness is through the constitution of Sri Radhika.
Bhava Samadhi Darshan is a window to the infinite expanse of consciousness, allowing us to glimpse the formless in a way that we can understand. It cleanses the karmas of lifetimes. It awakens our biomemory to the space of Paramashiva, the ultimate consciousness, and creates a deep and lasting transformation in us.
One or two times have Ganapati Darshan, Venkateshwara Baba Samadhi Darshan, Devi Baba Samadhi Darshan. By third time, fourth time, you will see every prayer you are asking those beings, Ganapati or Venkateshwara or Subramanya or Parashakti. Simply those prayers become reality, and the relationship between you and that cosmic beings built. I tell you, each Baba Samadhi Darshan is a spiritual treat, enjoy. Spiritual feast, enjoy. Don't miss it. There are some great spiritual sciences unique to Hinduism. Subtle,
Yes, Nityanam everybody. Sorry for the technical glitch. And due to the intense samadhi of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, will not be having the Bhava Samadhi Darshan of Swamiji now. I request all the viewers and participants who are watching us live from all across to see the Supreme official page, Facebook page of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism for updated notifications on when the next Bhava Samadhi Darshan will be held. Once again, I'd like to repeat that due to intense samadhi of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, will not be having the Bhava Samadhi Darshan of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism now. Instead, the time for the next Bhava Samadhi Darshan will be posted for every one of us during, the time for the next Bhava Samadhi Darshan will be posted for every one of us in the Facebook. So I request every one of you to follow that for the same. So now, as we saw about the various different saving offerings for Devi Parashakti, we're going to be looking at how we can actually use a very beautiful opportunity that is there about the offerings, which is available in the YouTube for every one of us. It's called as the YouTube Super Chat. So we're going to spend some time looking at how we can make these offerings happen so that you can all receive the grace and the blessings of Devi Parashakti. So I'll now be sharing my screen and showing every one of you how that can be done. So here, as you all can see, this is the very live screen that I'm sharing with every one of you. So under this live stream, all that you have to do is just go over to the official Facebook page, official Facebook channel, under which the live is actually running. This live is going on. And for those of you who do not know the official channel name, it is Kailasa's HDH Nithyananda. So if you actually search for that, you'll be able to receive it directly. You'll be able to see the live. So go over to Kailasa's HDH Nithyananda and just scroll down towards the chat option. In the chat, you'll be able to find the place where you can say something. At the same time, you also have opportunities where you can, beside the smiley emoji, there is this box with a dollar symbol in it. So that is actually the option for the super chat. So before you actually enable this, or before you get to actually comment anything, the YouTube would ask you to create a channel on your name. So if you have not yet created a channel on your name, then you can always go ahead and just click on that and just click on create a channel. And as soon as you click on create a channel, it'll automatically redirect you. You just have to follow the simple procedures and steps. Then it'll enable you. You will be able to see this option. So here you can go over, click on the dollar symbol. And once you click on the dollar symbol, you have the option for the super chat and the super sticker. So you click on the super chat option. And under the super chat option, You can select any amount of money that you want to offer to Devi Parashakti, right from 20 INR that is there. You can offer to any amount of money till 10,000 rupees. Based on your local currency that is there, you can just select which amount of money that you want to offer and just click on buy and send. So the moment you do click on the buy and send, it will be leading you into the payment detail form. You can add your credit or debit card details, or in those of your countries where the UPI ID is enabled, you can also make a bank transfer using that. So here I'm showing how we can add the credit card details. So you just have to enter the card number, and once you're entering the card number, all you have to do is click on buy, and that's it. You will see that you have bought it, and it'll actually show up here. So as you can see, we have Maria Perez who's offered $1. So like this, I request every one of you who are watching us live to offer. So here we also have Omo Sharing offering $4.99, and we have Shakuntala Devi offering $2 Canadian, and Mariam Dawood offering Australian dollars 4.49, and we have Pigel offering $1, $1 Canadian, Ma Jalandarananda offering $2 US, Devi Scular offering $5.08, and we have Ma Andrea offering $10. We have Carola Tockler offering 2.29 pounds. So like these, I request every one of you to go over and you can make this offering to Devi Parashakti, and you'll be able to, the offering, the very purpose of offering, as we've always been sharing, it is for the beautiful space of gratitude to flower in every one of us. And that is the one and most important reason why we are doing this. So now I'd also like to take once more to show you all how this can be done. So first thing that you'll have to go over is to go over to youtube.com, and then you can go there and search for HDH Nithyananda. So as soon as you search, you can just go to YouTube and paste. So here, once you search for Kailasa's HDH Nithyananda, just click on the search. And the moment you do it, this is the official channel of Swamiji. If you have not yet subscribed, you can go over and subscribe. And just under that, immediately you're able to see the live that is running. So just go over and click on the live. And then you'll be immediately redirected to this page where the live is there. And just scroll a little down, you'll be able to see the chat. Of course, in the Mac, it will be a little different. And based on the operating system that you're using, it might be a little different. But you can always go towards the chat section. And from the chat, it'll ask you, you can go over, try to comment it. If it does not allow you to comment, you can always, it'll ask you to first create a channel so you can be part of it. If you've not yet created a channel on your name, just go and click over, create channel. It's a simple procedure that the Google itself takes you towards. So you can just click on that. And the next thing that you'll have to do is once the channel is created, you'll be redirected back to this very page. And under this page, once again, you can go over and click on the dollar symbol that is there beside the smiley emoji. So click on that, and then you have the option for the super chat or the super sticker. So you can click on the super chat. Under the super chat, you have any amount of money that you want to offer based on your local currency. You can choose the amount of currency. If you want to have any personalized message that you want to put, you can also type it out here. And then just go and click on buy and send. So as soon as you click on buy and send, there's an option where you can add the credit or debit card. And there's also a local option that is available of using the UPI ID. So you can choose either of these, fill in the card details and click on buy. As soon as you do it, you complete your purchase and your offering towards Devi Parashakti is completed. As you can see, this is how it would appear. We have Vicky offering $3.99 and Nisha Bahadur offering 10 pounds. So thank you very much, Ma, for your offering. Thank you everyone for those of you who are offering. And yes, so now we're going to be looking at the next particular thing, which is maybe I'd give a few more moments for all of you. Those who want to offer to Devi Parashakti, please take a few moments to offer to Devi Parashakti. And then in the next segment, we'll be looking at how we can offer. For those of you who want to offer for example, the Pada Puja or the Vastralankara Seva, the Kasamala, or any other offerings that we saw, we'll be looking at how we can do it. So take a few moments right now so that you can use the super chat to offer your contributions to Kailasa.
Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Yes, so there are so many of you who are offering, and now we're going to have a rundown of how we can offer the other sevas. So I'll now be projecting the screen where we can look at how we can offer the other sevas such as the Pada Puja and the other ones. So I'll be projecting the screen now. I request every one of you to pay your attention so that we can actually have a look at how it can be done. So here, as you all can see on the screen, so this is the tiny link that was available for all of us, that was projected to all of us. So you can go over if you want to offer. This is the multi-currency e-hundi that is there, starting from $0.01 to $1.41 based on whichever currency you are in. So you can offer, for example, Indian rupees, you can offer 1 rupee, 1 INR, or if you're from the US, you can offer any amount that you want. All you have to do is click on add to cart, and it will be taking you towards the checkout option. And if you also want to offer any other thing, right? So you can always, I'll be showing you how we can do that. So just go over to all offerings from that tiny link itself. So under this, you'll be actually redirected to this Parashakti Bhava Samadhi Darshan. So you can click on that. So here, as soon as you click on it, you will see that you have an option to choose any seva that is there, offering gold coin, offering a finger ring with pearl, offering the golden lotus, offering the Pada Puja, the Vastralankara Seva, the various different things that are there. So you can just click on that. For example, offering the Pada Puja, it costs $1,080. So add to cart, and then you can proceed to checkout. So once you have added it in your cart, so next what you'll have to be doing is click on the proceed to checkout option. Once you do that, you can fill in your billing details, your name, your company name, email address, country. You can fill in these details. And also if there's any additional information that you'd like to give, any personal notes or anything, you can always put it into that. And then go over and place your order. So you can fill in your bank details and click on place the order. So by doing that, you'll be able to place the order for any of these sevas that can be offered to Devi Parashakti. And now, with that, it is time for us to enter into the meditation for the Nitya Satsang. I request every one of you to please sit straight. And those of you who are there watching us live, I request all of you to be keeping yourself updated with the posts from the official YouTube and the Facebook page of Swamiji to have the further updates on when the next Bhava Samadhi Darshan is scheduled. Now please sit straight with your head, neck and spine in a straight line. Close your eyes and sit unclenched as we prepare ourselves to enter into the Nitya Satsang for today.
with the divine with your eyes closed is meditation. Connecting with the divine with your eyes open is darshan. Come, let us all now move from meditation to darshan. Slowly, very slowly, please open your eyes.
அறியாத மூர்க்கர்களை வேறறுத்து முக்தி நெறி அறியாத மூர்க்கர்களை வேறறுத்து பக்தி நெறி பரப்பி சைவத்தை யோக செய்து பக்தி நெறி பரப்பி சைவத்தை யோக செய்து அஞ்ஞான மலமறுத்து சிவமாக்கியமையாண்ட கைலாயம் தனிலுறையும் நித்யானந்த பரம்பொருளே கைலாயம் தனிலுறையும் நித்யானந்த பரம்பொருளே ஓம் நித்யானந்த பரமசிவோகம் ஓம் நித்யானந்த பரமசிவோகம் ஓம் நித்யானந்த பரமசிவோகம் ஓம் நித்யானந்த பரமசிவோகம். நெறியில்லா வாழ்வுதனில் குரலும் இம்மக்களுக்கு நெறியில்லா வாழ்வுதனில் குரலும் இம்மக்களுக்கு நெறியுடைய வேதத்தின் உட்பொருளை அறிவித்து நெறியுடைய வேதத்தின் உட்பொருளை அறிவித்து வீடு வேறு நாங்கள் அடைய விந்தைகள் செய்த கைலாயம் தனிலுறையும் நித்யானந்த பரம்பொருளே கைலாயம் தனிலுறையும் நித்யானந்த பரம்பொருளே ஓம் நித்யானந்த பரமசிவோகம் ஓம் நித்யானந்த
Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nityananda Paramashivoham. Om 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 Nityananda Paramashivoham. Om
சோதி தெய்வம் நித்தியம் வரும் சேதி தன்னை கூறவே சோர்ந்திடாது பிறவி தாங்கும் சீர்மிகுந்த பாதுகை. சோதி தெய்வம் நித்தியம் வரும் சேதி தன்னை கூறவே சோர்ந்திடாது பிறவி தாங்கும் சீர்மிகுந்த பாதுகை. ஆதி தேவன் நித்யானந்தன் பாதம் தாங்கும் பாதுகை. அளவிலாத புண்ணியம் கொண்ட அதி அற்புதம் பாதுகை. ஆதி தேவன் நித்யானந்தன் பாதம் தாங்கும் பாதுகை. அளவிலாத புண்ணியம் கொண்ட அதி அற்புதம் பாதுகை. ராஜநடை இடுகையில் வேதநாதமாய் விளங்கும் விந்தையான பாதுகை. வேதியனாம் நித்யானந்தன் ராஜநடை இடுகையில் வேதநாதமாய் விளங்கும் விந்தையான பாதுகை. பாதுகை 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 நித்திய பாதுகை பாதுகை நித்திய பாதுகை. தேடி தேடி கண்டிடாது மாலை சோர்வில் ஆழ்ந்திட நித்தியம் நித்தியம் பாதம் பற்றும் பாக்கியம் கொண்ட பாதுகை. தேடி தேடி கண்டிடாது மாலை சோர்வில் ஆழ்ந்திட நித்தியம் நித்தியம் பாதம் பற்றும் பாக்கியம் கொண்ட பாதுகை. தனையன் சாற்றும் பாதுகைகள் தாங்கும் பூமி தாயினை அமைதி ஆனந்தத்தின் எல்லை கொள்ள செய்யும் பாதுகை. தனையன் சாற்றும் பாதுகைகள் தாங்கும் பூமி தாயினை அமைதி ஆனந்தத்தின் எல்லை கொள்ள செய்யும் பாதுகை. நித்யானந்தன் நடை பயிலத்துகள் கிளப்பி பூமியில் ரோக சோக தோஷம் தன்னை தீர்க்கும் சத்திய பாதுகை. நித்யானந்தன் நடை பயிலத்துகள் கிளப்பி பூமியில் ரோக சோக தோஷம் தன்னை தீர்க்கும் சத்திய பாதுகை. நித்யனவன் பாதம் தன்னை பற்றுதற்கீடலால் பற்றும் பாவம் போக்க பக்தர் பற்றி கொள்ளும் பாதுகை. நித்யனவன் பாதம் தன்னை பற்றுதற்கீடலால் பற்றும் பாவம் போக்க பக்தர் பற்றி கொள்ளும் பாதுகை. சரணடைந்த பக்தர் தன்னை கருணையோடு ஏந்தியே பரம நித்தியன் பாதம் தன்னில் சேர்த்தருளும் பாதுகை. சரணடைந்த பக்தர் தன்னை கருணையோடு ஏந்தியே பரம நித்தியன் பாதம் தன்னில் சேர்த்தருளும் பாதுகை. பாதுகை நித்திய பாதுகை 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 பாதுகை நித்திய பாதுகை. அஞ்சலென்றடைய அபயம் தரும் லிங்கம் ஆனந்த நித்தியன் தந்த ஆனந்தலிங்கம். இனி நீக்கும் உயிர் காக்கும் ஞான ஒளியாக பூத்த நித்யானந்தன் தந்த உயர்லிங்கம் ஆதிலிங்கம் ஜோதிலிங்கம் அற்புதலிங்கம் ஞானலிங்கம் நித்யானந்த
ॐ नित्यानन्देश्वर परमशिवसमारम्भाम् नित्यानन्देश्वरि पराशक्तिमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् I welcome you all with my love and respects. I welcome all the devotees, disciples, samajis, satsangis, Shri Mahants, Mahants, Tanedar Kotari, visitors, viewers, everyone sitting with us all over the world. Today, Chitra Paurnami and Bhagavan Sri Hanuman Jayanti. Important date in our Sangha, as today is the day Tiruvannamalai Nithyananda Dhyanapeetham was inaugurated. Actually, the Arunachala Sarvanya Peetham I inherited from my gurus. That's a traditional Guru Parampara. The Guru Peetha I inherited. We started an ashram in Tiruvannamalai. That happened on this very day, Chitra Paurnami, in 2008, April 19. So, now we are celebrating 14th anniversary. So, I correct the date. 19th April 2008, we started, and now it is 14th anniversary. 14 years. Wow. My blessings to everyone. My pre-monastic family, which donated the land, property for that ashram. Banu Nainar, my father's father, grandfather's sister, was married to Banu Nainar. He is the family elder. And he donated this Tiruvannamalai Nithyananda Dhyanapetham property. The property has a history where Paramashiva has given me darshan earlier itself. When he came to know about it, immediately he donated. His son, of course, his son Soundaram, their family, all of them donated the property, and on that very property the ashram stands now, 14 years now. I bless all the devotees, disciples, founders, donors, everyone who is involved in making this ashram into reality, and today it stands as one of the important kshetra in Tiruvannamalai and for our whole Sangha. My blessings, and lot of spiritual activities are happening there. From temple, Annalaya, Arunagiri Yogeshwara's Jiva Samadhi, library, the heritage center, everything is happening. I'm so happy about all the things happening there. My blessings to the team led by Ma Gurucharana, beautifully reviving the whole Tiruvannamalai Nithyananda Dhyanapetham. Actually, before this ashram itself, we got another property in Tiruvannamalai and started the ashram where my father's samadhi is there. I think that happened in 2005 itself, much earlier. But this ashram is in the Girivalappadai, prominent place. And we also have multiple properties and ashrams now in Tiruvannamalai. But everything is administered from this ashram, Nithyananda Dhyanapetham. My blessings to everyone. Today is also Bhagavan Hanuman Jayanti. Hanuman is one of the Siranjeevi incarnation of Rudra, Mahadeva himself. Hanuman took birth much before Ramavatara. Because he is a Siranjeevi, he served Rama. And then even during the Krishna Avatara, he was there and he is there. He is even now here. It's not that you can't call the Siranjeevis like Markandeya, Hanuman in Vas in the past. No. They are all present. They are all present. Even now when you connect with them, call them, immediately they appear, bless. Blessings to all of you on this auspicious occasion. The 14th anniversary of Tiruvannamalai Nithyananda Dhyanapetham. And I know all of you are too busy along with me. From the time this Vedic New Year is born, Chitra first, back to back, almost every day 2 or 3 programs I am giving. Darshan sessions, programs, everything. And we have Parashakti Bhavasamadhi Darshan and Parashakti Akashic reading. Too many intense programs, Samadhis, Bhavadarshans, Bhavasamadhi Darshans, sessions. Especially Parashakti's manifestation is something extraordinary. It's not that she is manifesting just through this body, Parashakti's Akashic reading. I am seeing while she is manifesting in this body itself, she is so actively manifesting in many of my Balasans bodies. I am able to see whatever she is reading through this body, those words appearing in all their brains. The other day, I was literally seeing every word appearing in front of my eyes. Means Parashakti was reading out, was appearing in front of Nithyananda's eyes. In her third eye, it was appearing. In her brain, it was appearing. Actually, she was not able to understand what's going on. She was getting confused. What? I am thinking something, but some other words are appearing in front of me. And still now she has not even recognized what was going on. Only I know. She could not understand what is going on. She must be thinking that, oh, I am thinking something, but some other words are appearing in front of my eyes. Why? Whatever was shown to me, whatever I was reading out, the Parashakti was reading out, the uttering, the same words were appearing in our brain. Nithyananda's name I told now. There were few more Balasans who got third eye initiation, who have been initiated into this Akashic reading. I saw in front of all of their third eyes those words appearing. It was very strong and beautiful. So I saw very clearly that Devi Parashakti is here to do some great work, something extraordinary. Because this is very rare. I have seen she appearing at the same time, simultaneously in multiple bodies. See, whenever Kalabhairava manifests and does the Akashic reading, he does just through this body. But Parashakti's Akashic reading, I see she opens up in this body and multiple bodies simultaneously. It means we can easily verify the authenticity of the people who are getting initiated. Because if, for example, if Nithyananda does not see what Devi is uttering through this body, and she just starts talking, if the words are exactly same, then we know she is 100% authentic. So now easily we can cross verify through whom all Devi is manifesting and doing this Akashic reading. Because I am seeing through multiple bodies she manifesting. And the same words appearing. We can even train the Balasans. You can sit and just see what Devi is reading out through Swamiji's body, whatever she is revealing, blessing, talking. If the same words appear in front of them and they utter the same words, then we know she is manifesting through them also. Intense superconscious breakthroughs happening. The wonderful manifestations of Kailasa happening in multi-level. So many wonders, I don't know what to tell, and I'm like a wonderstruck. Like how we have the word understand, we should have a new word, understand. Wonderstruck with what is happening. Hmm? I'm also seeing that this body is manifesting as light bodies and moving around in multiple places, traveling, giving darshan, initiation, power manifestation, Devi manifesting, and Parashakti doing all this. Wonderful. Parashakti is manifesting intensely, making herself available to all the devotees all over the world. It's so nice. Full of wonders. The other day, one of our devotee doctor asked Parashakti for blessings to get healed from some of his physical health issues, some cancer. Parashakti blessed him. Suddenly I am getting the message that doctors are saying it is a miracle and it disappeared. He doesn't have it anymore. He's a very sincere devotee, very close devotee. I don't want to reveal his name. Maybe he himself will come on a satsang and share. He said, Swamiji, just doctors are saying, doctors who are treating him, he himself is a doctor. And doctors who are treating him, who were treating him earlier, they said, it seems they are saying, it just disappeared, Swamiji, it is not there. After Parashakti blessed. So I'm just wonderstruck. Not healing alone, multi-levels. The Parashakti's manifestation oh God. I think Parashakti is all out. She decided to make the Kailasa and decided to revive the whole ecosystem and reach out to people. She's going all out. After all, I am a Shakta. All of you should know that. From the time I know me, I worshipped Devi. I am a Shakta, fundamentally. All my behavior, thought current, and day-to-day lifestyle, everything is more Shakta-centric. because I am fundamentally a mother worshipper. Shakta. Of course, I know the truth. Shiva and Shakti is one and the same. Paramashiva and Paramashakti is one and the same. It's not too different. But as an expression, I'm basically a Shakta, worshipper of Devi. So much to tell about this Parashakti's Akashic readings. Today we have one more session. Directly come and enjoy. I came today for the satsang just to bless all of you and bless Tiruvannamalai Ashram and all the devotees associated to Tiruvannamalai Ashram, volunteers, everyone. Blessings to everyone. And also Saraswati Jampala, Ma Nitya Tripureshananda, birthday blessings. With all the auspiciousness, you will be with me. I'll be with you. Blessings. Blessings for all of you. And I know the whole joy, bliss, Kailasa and Sangha is experiencing all over the world. Especially after Parashakti started manifesting and doing the Akashic readings. Arulvaku. Oh God. I wanted to give you one sacred secret to all of you. Do this Panchabhuta Yoga. See, whenever you want to ask any question to Devi and receive the answer, on that day, do this Panchabhuta Yoga. Means, apply only mud on the body and take bath. Don't apply any chemical on the body to take bath. Just that Puttuman means that anthill mud. Only that apply on the body and take bath. Don't apply anything else. That is mud. Earth part, earth component. Second, water. Drink only water that day. Don't eat, drink, don't do anything other than drinking water. When you come for the Parashakti's Akashic reading, at least for a few hours, prepare yourself. Maybe 10 hours ahead. Just drink only water and keep yourself active. Third, the fire in your stomach should be allowed to burn without any food dumped on it. Just the pure fire. You can chant Omkara to intensify it. or Mahavagya, Ajapa Japa, but pure fire, no food, nothing. That pure fire should be encouraged. And just be in the free air, open space, breathing the whole sky at least few hours before. And intensely unclutch to get the power of the space, Akasha. See, listen. Akasha is an intense energy. Just like the other bhutas, like earth, water, fire, air, the Akasha also is a pure consciousness. It is intelligence, living energy. Once you start unclutching, you manifest Akasha's energy in you, consciousness in you. So do this Panchabhuta Yoga. Your questions will be surely answered immediately by Parashakti. If you just do this Panchabhuta Yoga and come for the Devi Akashic reading, she will simply answer your questions. I'll repeat. Apply the ant hill mud and take bath, or even clay. Don't use any other chemical. Take bath just with a mud. Second, drink only water. No other food or juice at least for 10 hours ahead. If possible, that whole day. Third, intensify the Agni in your stomach without dumping any food on it. Just through the Omkara, Ajapa Japa, ignite it, intensify it. Fourth, walk around and breathe in an open space at least for a few hours before. Fifth, try to unclutch as intensely as possible to receive the Akasha energy, Chitambara, Chitambara, that energy of cosmic space. With this Panchabhuta Yoga, come to Parashakti's Akashic reading. Surely she will answer your questions and give you your boons, the boons you are asking, and fulfill your prayers. Panchabhuta Yoga will make you receive this Parashakti's energy, will prepare you to receive the Parashakti's energy. So with this, I bless you all. Let's all radiate with integrity, authenticity, responsibility, enriching, causing, living Shuddhatvaita Saivam, the state, space, powers, being, superconsciousness, and Kailasa of Paramashiva. Bless you all. Let's all radiate with integrity, authenticity, responsibility, enriching, causing, living Paramattvaitam, the Shuddhatvaita Saivam, the state, space, powers, being, superconsciousness, and Kailasa of Paramashiva. Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. The eternal bliss, Nithyananda. Thank you. Be blissful.
श्रीकैलासपादशान्तश्यामलापीठारूढ श्रीमीनाक्षिसुन्दरेश्वरा भिन्नस्वरूप परशिवपुत्ररत्न कुमार गुरुमण्यतुल्यावतार श्रीपार्वतीस्तन्यपानलब्धदिव्यज्ञान विश्रुतसकलनिगमागमसारभूतद्राविडवेदप्रवक्त्रे श्रीमत्परमशिवकरुणासमधिगतमुक्तामयचतुरश्रयान् गीयमानछत्रवर्ती सर्वजनसङ्घसद्यो निर्वाणदीक्षाव्ययापवर्गवर्ष विश्राण जीमूत परमतकलभकेसरी शैवसिद्धान्तस्थापनाचार्यो वीक्षणानर्हार्हध्वजोच्छेदनपूर्वक श्रीमद्वृषभध्वजस्थापक शैवसमयकर्त्रे सर्वज्ञपीठारूढत्यवाचकस्वामिनाम् अवतारभूत श्रीज्ञानसम्बन्धस्वामि पुनरुद्धृत श्यामलापीठ सर्व
त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि. Let's go through the disclaimers. Security measures. No photography, video, audio recording. Important cautions. Please be aware of the important cautions. What is power manifestation? Let's hear from Bhagavan himself explaining what is power manifestation.
All the 25 states of consciousness when they happen in you due to your chemicals ups and downs, it is powerlessness. When it happens in you out of your free will and consciousness, it is powerfulness. That's all. When you fall into sleep, it is powerlessness. When you enter into sleep, it is powerfulness. When you fall into dream, it is powerlessness. Dream, it is powerfulness. So I have added the ultimate powerfulness, Turiyatita, in your whole being and doing. Manifest all the powers. Understand, power manifestation is nothing but cognitive shift. It is not work. It is cognitive shift. Understand? It is just cognitive shift. It's not work. Work is a 4-letter word. Power manifestation is cognitive shift. Playing with life. Playing with being alive. Static matter, dynamic activity, strategic existence. All these three has no boundary. You are one with it. You are alive in everything. Everything listens to you. Everything decides as you want. Power manifestation is cognitive shift, raising your frequency, not work.
Now let's understand who is Paramashiva. Bhagavan himself has beautifully explained the Paramashiva in all of us.
Paramashiva does manifestation, maintenance, rejuvenation, pulling out of delusion and liberation. He resides in his supreme Paramashiva Swarupa as Ajomuha or Adhomuha, unborn, beyond form, formlessness. Is Paramashiva Swarupa. That Paramashiva Swarupa manifests with these 5 faces as Sadashiva, Tatpurusha, Vamadeva, Ahora, Satyojata, Ishana. 5 faces. He manifests and does the Panchakritya. Srishti, manifestation. Sthiti, sustenance. Samara, rejuvenation. Prabhava, pulling out of delusion. Anugraha, liberation. Understand? He does all these 5 jobs. Through these 5 phases. Now listen carefully. Tatpurusham, Vamadevam, Satyojatam, Ahoram, Ishanam. These 5 phases does Panchakrityas. Each phase, each dimension is not just one F-A-C-E phase, P-H-A-S-E phase. It's not just F-A-C-E, P-H-A-S-E. Understand? The creation. Not just creation getting created. Even sustenance need to be created. Destruction need to be created. And pulling out of delusion need to be created. Liberation need to be created. Then creation, manifestation need to be maintained. Maintenance, sthiti itself to be maintained. Destruction, samhara, the rejuvenation need to be sustained, maintained when it is happening. Pulling out of delusion, prabhava, need to be maintained when it is happening. And anugraha, liberation, need to be maintained when it is happening. Those micromilliseconds when it is happening. So understand, Satyojata Murti as 5 phase, Ishana Murti as 5 phase, Vamadeva Murti as 5 phase, Agora Murti has 5 phase, Tatpurusha Murti has 5 phase. So, Tatpurusha Murti as is 5 phase. Agora Murti has his 5 phase. Vamadeva Murti has his, Satyojata Murti has his 5 phase. Ishana Murti has his 5 phase. All these 5 Murtis, 5 phases put together is 25 phases of Mahasadashiva.
Bhagavan beautifully explained what is power manifestation and who is Paramashiva. Now, who is His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagatguru Mahasannidhanam. His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam is a reviver of Kailasa, the ancient enlightenment civilization, the great cosmic borderless Hindu nation. His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam is a avatar from and as a Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, has made the science of power manifestation, yoga, and temple-based university for humanity. So Virgin Order of Kailasa, led by His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam and Nithyananda Order of monks, nuns, and Hindu diasporas are working for the global peace and to give a superconscious breakthrough to humanity. Nithyananda Hindu University, world's largest with extended campus in 150 countries, is collecting, organizing, preserving, time capsuling, decoding, spreading, and reviving 20 million source book of Hinduism and 64 sacred arts, science like Ayurveda, music, dance, sculpting, Vastu, and astrology, and many more. His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam is 293rd Guru Mahasannidhanam of Shamala Pita Sarvanya Pita, ancient apex body of Hinduism, and present emperor of Suryamsa Surangi Samrajyam. His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam has survived the worst persecution in mind and person by the anti-Hindu element. Bhagavan has beautifully given the pramanas, the evidences from the science of our manifestation. Science of our manifestation is authentic, time-tested, foolproof, and scientific. The pramanas, evidences from the Shastras, the scriptures. Science of our manifestation is authentic, time-tested, foolproof, scientific, and It's completely, beautifully, Bhagavan has given the Pramanas, the Shastra Pramanas. Eternal, unchangeable truth revealed in the source scriptures, the Shastras, the scriptures, the Vedas and the Agamas, Apta Pramana, who experienced before us. The Aptas are the authority of Hinduism, who are the Rishis, Munis, Ganas, Siddhas, thousands of people, millions of people who have experienced the science of our manifestation, which is authentic, time-tested, and completely foolproof. The Atma Pramana. Pramana, the evidences from Bhagavan's very own life, the account of His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nityananda's avatars, personal experience of the power manifestation, Bhagavan's very own Leelas, Shakshi Pramanas, millions of disciple, devotees, followers initiated by Bhagavan into the science of power manifestation. Pratyaksha Pramana, Pratyaksha, scientific, evidence from the science. The scientific study done on Bhagavan himself, on devotees, on balasans, all of them clearly say, measuring the effect of being in the enlightened state. It does not say on the path of enlightenment. It says very clearly, in the enlightened state. When you are in enlightened state, you manifest the powers because you have the Shakti Pada, you have the quantum entanglement happening beautifully that you manifest as powers. It does not something you are doing an effort and achieving, but it's happening to you because you are in the oneness space with Paramashiva. Your recognition of the space of Paramashiva. Let's go to the Shastra Pramana. First, we always start with the Shastra Pramana. Shastra Pramana are from the Veda Agamas, the eternal, unchangeable truth revealed in the source scriptures.
हृदये चित्तसंघातद् दृश्यस्वपदर्शनम्.
Shiva Sutra, Sutra 1.15. Bhagavan Paramashiva says, when the individual mind is united to the core of consciousness, observable or objective phenomena, and even the absence of every objective phenomena in the directly experienced as a form of consciousness in its existential reality as it is. Sorry for the technical glitch. நான் நடந்துட்டு இருக்கேன் எங்கேயோ ஓடிட்டே இருக்கு என் ஹார்ட் ரொம்ப ஃபாஸ்டா பீட் பண்ணுது பூச்சி ஏன் வந்தது அங்க ஓடிட்டே இருக்கு என் மேல ஏறிதான் கொடுத்தீங்க இருக்கு அந்த கர்ப்பம்பூச்சி கொஞ்சம் பாரு நான் நிறுத்திட்டு வந்துட்டேன் Sorry for the technical glitch. Bhagavan has beautifully given the Panchabhuta Yoga. Whenever you want to ask Devi and you want an answer from her, apply the clay or ant hill mud on your body and do not use any chemicals on your body. Drink only water, no other food or juice for 10 hours ahead, and intensify the Agni in your stomach without dumping any food and chanting the Omkara. And Bhagavan beautifully said, walk around, breathe in the open space at least few hours before to receive the Akasha and completely unclutch from the space to create the space of power manifestation. Beautifully, Bhagavan has given the 5 levels of earth, water, fire, air, and ether. The Panchabhuta, how we are connected to the Panchabhuta. We manifest our life through the Panchabhuta. And these 5 things, when we are in oneness with that, simply we manifest our reality, and Devi herself lands and answers and clears and makes us the superconscious breakthrough. Here it says the individual mind is united in the core consciousness, every objective phenomena, and even the absence of the every objective phenomena is directly experienced as the form of consciousness and appears its existential reality as it is. Beautifully, what happens in us is what is given by Bhagavan, that we are in the oneness with Paramashiva, quantum entanglement happens. Simply our manifestation becomes reality. The power of Devi's presence downloads in so many of us to experience the ultimate. Let's go to the Apta Pramana. Aptas are the Rishis, Munis, Ganas, Nayanamas, Alvar, Siddhas. Here you can see the life of Shankara. Shankara, when his mother left the body, he knew it and he went there to see and liberate her. He gave her the darshan of Vaikunta that she can experience as her last likes and dislikes. Adi Shankara visited his mother in her last moment. He prayed to Lord Narayana, and his mother was able to see Narayana in Vaikunta Loka during her last moments. Ultimate space of oneness for her to have a darshan just before the death. Our life fully is what is the essence happens at the time of death. At the time of death, thinking of Lord's name, chanting the Lord's name is the rarest moment, they say. Only if you have done throughout your life, you can experience that. And you can reach the Vaikunta or the Satyaloka. Here, Adi Shankara goes and starts manifesting beautifully the Vaikunta for his mother that she wanted to see. Let's hear the Atma Pramana from Bhagavan himself.
In saint named Kannappar, it's a very beautiful story. That saint, he sees a Shivalinga in a place called Kailasa in Andhra Pradesh, and he just falls in love with the deity. He's just in love deity with Shiva. And the story says Shiva wanted to test his devotion, and in that Shivalinga the eye was carved. From that eye the blood started oozing out. This Kannappar tried all the herbal medicines and everything to heal the eyes. Nothing worked out. He's a hunter, so he knows only one method. Eye for eye will heal the eye. So he just removes his own eye and replaces it the place of Shiva's eye. The story says the first eye bleeding stopped, and immediately within a few minutes the next eye started bleeding. And he is not bothered. He was ready to give even the second eye. But before taking his second eye, he suddenly remembered, if I take my second eye, I'll become blind. How will I find out where to fix the eye? Where the Shiva's eye is there. So he puts his leg on the second eye of Shiva as a mark. Then he removes his second eye to fix on the Shiva's eye. At that moment, he gives darshan and gives him enlightenment and Shiva Padavi. Shiva's Ayujya, we call it, means becoming one with Shiva. Very beautiful story. The love became meditation. That love for Shiva, whole day he was living in meditation. That is why he just feels, what can I give, what can I give, what can I give? I can understand that Kannappar's feeling, because I went through that same feeling with Arunagiri Yogeshwara. It was such a strong experience. The deep love simply becomes meditation. And real meditation just becomes love in you.
Shakshi Pramanas are the devotee disciple all over the world experiencing the power manifestation and sharing their detail. We have few sannyasis who are sharing their details about mind reading.
Beautifully, they were able to experience the mind reading and they were able to share the beautiful space of oneness. Let's go to the guidelines. If you have Jnananjan in your locket, you can take it and apply in your third eye and your temples. And you can record all these moments because all these are the amazing space that you can experience as oneness with Paramashiva. Now ask your partner to write down what he likes and dislikes. Do not show it to you. And he can keep it aside. And you can see through your third eye, read his mind, how Shankara could see his mother wanting to see the Narayana in the lokas. Simply he was able to download and show to his mother. You can also write all the details your partner want to likes and dislikes and share it with him at the end of the session. Whatever appears in your third eye, starts writing down and make sure it is authentic and he is not telling you any clues or the other person is not giving you any hint or anything. Let it download as Parashakti. Let it be only a manifestation. Science of power manifestation is authentic and time tested. So let's make it as authentic as possible. If you do not get the full thing correct and you have only words correct and only the Kundalini energy you are experiencing, you have started manifesting. The more you share, the more you will start manifesting. Each of these manifestation, it's not just you manifest the power, but also your health, wealth, and happiness and bliss, and all kinds of auspiciousness. Even a little glimpse of these space, of superconscious space, will manifest as your reality in your own life. You can see how much you are manifesting in your life as you manifesting every single day. How yoga looks very simple, but it keeps us so healthy. The power manifestation is the ultimate science that Bhagavan has given immediately after every darshan and satsang, because manifesting our superconscious, only we have to experience. Whatever somebody cooks, only if you eat, you can experience the whole thing. That's why Bhagavan says, each one of you have to manifest the Devi and experience the ultimate space. Now, let's go to the guidelines. Let's sit straight with the head, neck, and spine in a straight line. Let's go to the instruction. Sit straight with your head, neck, and spine and straight. Bring your awareness to your third eye. Again and again, when you bring your awareness to your third eye, you start manifesting huge powers, remembering Devi herself. Now, absolute unclutching to experience the state of Paramashiva. Complete completion to experience the space of Paramashiva. Whatever you're going through, unclutch from that. Completely ignore whatever is going through in your mind and only decide, I am going to be only in the verb and thoughts and action of Paramashiva. Only remembering Paramashiva as a visualization and verbalization. Do the Tyaga. Again and again, unclutch and do the Tyaga that Paramashiva is the only space. Whatever is happening is only delusion. Again and again, have the Shakti Pada, oneness with Paramashiva, and intensely chant the Mahavakya. Now let's start chanting the Mahavakya intensely and start manifesting the power of mind reading. Write down everything that you are able to see.
Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Paramashivoham. Nityananda 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 Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up. Nityananda Paramashivoham. Nityananda Paramashivoham. Nityananda Paramashivoham. Nityananda Paramashivoham. Let third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Nityananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashivoham overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eye. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam.
So beautiful. The first cycle. Whatever you have manifested, that you did a mind reading for the likes and dislikes of your partner, please verify with the other person authentically whatever you have written down. If your partner has already written down and you have taken a picture with the timestamp, you can show how you have matched it exactly. If you have matched it exactly, wonderful. If you have not and got some of the words correct, that's beautiful. You have started manifesting the powers. We are manifesting continuously. Other than manifestation, we are not doing anything at all. But we unfortunately do not recognize because we are so busy with everything other than what we are. If we understand, Bhagavan says so beautifully, if who we are, we'll understand the cosmos, we'll understand everything. The only thing we need to understand is who we are, how we function. If we know all the softwares that we are holding to manifest all the powers, simply we will be able to manifest all our realities. The more and more you understand who is manifesting all this in you, in every action you do, Bhagavan says we can figure out how to manifest our reality in such a beautiful way. Now we're going to have a second cycle. Please go ahead and ask your partner to write another few things, or you can have another partner who you can find out what are the likes and dislikes and read their mind, and simply you can manifest as Parashakti. Devi herself, how amazing he is able to connect to each one of our life and download all that we are, and how he rewrites our future, initiates us to the higher consciousness and gives us the boons and all the hopes and all the gifts that we need for having a superconscious breakthrough. The initiation, darshan, the quantum entanglement, everything is showered on us to manifest these powers. For us to first understand that we are Paramashiva manifesting as Parashakti continuously. If we understand the higher reality, we'll understand what is more important in our life and how to function in this life, commanding the whole future. As Devi herself, bring the presence of Devi in your third eye again and again and again. How you enjoy seeing her eyes, seeing her offering the boon and showering us with all the initiation and giving a conscious breakthrough. Even every word that he utters is like a software which is already programmed, and it becomes reality immediately. Delay. That's what they say. The initiation happens without a delay. That's what the science have found out. Immediately you can receive. Do the Panchabhuta yoga and be ready to receive her. Make sure you're applying the clay on your body. The clay is mud. The kids play in the mud. If you dig a little bit sand, under that there will be a sticky clay. That is the clay that you can body. The second, drink as much as water, not juice, water, plain water as possible. And third, and if you can fast 10 hours at least, that is wonderful. Third, chant the Omkara mantra continuously to increase the consciousness and increase your frequency. And fourth, be in the open air, vast open air, to experience the Akasha. And finally, the etheric space itself, when you unclutch from this world, as you know, which is a dream. The milk has the ghee and the butter, but it's not seen. But if you process it, you understand it's there. Same way, each one of us is made of consciousness, why we exist. More you question that than the questioning all the self-doubts and self-hatreds and self-denials. If you question who is questioning, who is suffering, who is going through the process, who is that, you will understand it's Paramashiva and he's not going through anything. The sun can never see the darkness. Like that, the Paramashiva space in you manifests as the ultimate reality. Now, let's sit straight. Remember Paramashiva in a third eye and start the second cycle. Take a screenshot of what your partner has written and you do not see it, and ask your partner to take a screenshot. Now, with the timestamp, you record and you see how you're going to manifest exactly the same words. Now, let's sit straight and chant the Mahavakya intensely, manifesting the power of Paramashiva.
Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour. Let the Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the power in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. 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 Om Nithyananda Paramashivam.
Such a beautiful space for us to experience oneness with Paramashiva and manifest the power of mind reading. Each and every time you do power manifestation, more and more you are in the consciousness. And more you can see how you manifest your reality. What are the cognitions which are appearing for us again and again when we are in the space of oneness with Paramashiva? Simply the healing starts happening just by being in the session. So many have shared that how healing beautifully happens in all of us and how so many problems just get resolved when you understand you are Paramashiva and rest of the whole thing is just a dream. And share your powerful cognition, power manifestation, the photos, the videos that you have recorded in tinyurl.com/power manifestation. How is this going to benefit in my life? It is you who is listening to what you're typing and what you're posting in the social media and how you like it or how you are constantly with it. When your words again and again resonate that you are Paramashiva, you become that. Whatever you are uttering, you become that. The words have so much of powers, the thoughts, words, and action. Action is manifestation, and listening to all the satsangs, doing the puja, and being in the space that I am Paramashiva, manifesting as Parashakti, now sitting and manifestation. Next, I will go and do my office work. Next, I will work, I'll drive my car. All are Paramashiva doing as Parashakti as manifestation. Be only in that context, continuously hold that context. Simply they will manifest as your reality in what you want as the ultimate space of health, wealth, and happiness. Thank Bhagavan and humbly ask Bhagavan to manifest these realities in your life also. Thanking Bhagavan and each and every one of you to start manifesting all these and sharing all these powers and powerful cognition with all your friends and families. That will be the most beautiful thing that you can experience when you share the power manifestation. And you can click on the $sign if you want to offer your gratitude program that Bhagavan is offering and showering each one of us with the powerful cognition, initiation, and making us manifest these powers. Each of every time when we go to the temple, we offer in the hundi a unit, a dollar, or only 1 unit of your currency. That's because what we vote for is what we believe that is our reality. And each and every time when we do that, it bundles up into our own reality, our own Kailasa space inside us. So if you can just drop a $, that's wonderful. And in deep gratitude and humble space, ask Bhagavan, thanking Bhagavan what he has offered, which cannot be measured, the unmeasurable, uncompromised compassion that is offered, showered on all of us. Be in the space of oneness and experience that. And ask all this your reality. With that, let's end the session with the Purna Mantra. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purna Purnamudashyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat Sarvam Bhagavate Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam Paduka Arpanamastu. Om Nithyanandam. Thank you so much for participating in the session today. Make sure the next Devi Darshan or the Satsang, you'll have a manifestation. Immediately after that, come and experience the ultimate prasada that Bhagavan is offering for you. Whatever you have, you surrender to Bhagavan's lotus feet, and whatever Bhagavan gives, your life and your every action, every moment is a prasada. And he said, let's hold that space and be in such a gratitude to receive that. And thank you so much for being in this session. Nithyanandam.